When the battle calls our name, we'll rise up and play the game. Force a move strong and bold, hero stories to be told. Mystic hammer's armor gleams, shining bright with cosmic dreams. Enemies fall as we stand tall. Uru warriors, heed the call. This realm of heroes fight, we defend with all our might. Uru warriors, strong and true, together we'll see it through. Standing tall despite how much you fall. Skill issues haunt us, but we answer the call. Climbing ranks with dreams so bright, only to slide back down each night. In the realm of Uru where we stay, mastering the art of losing our way. We fight with all our Uru might, yet end up back where we started the fight. Mystic hammer's armor gleams, shining bright with cosmic dreams. Enemies laugh as we rise and stall. Uru warriors, heed the call. In this realm of heroes fight, we defend with all our might. We defend with all as we fall and true. Together we'll see it through the call. In this realm of heroes fight, we defend with all our might. Accept our trash as we fall and rise. Uru warriors reaching for the skies. Oh, embrace the chaos, the thrill of the chase. Skill issues abound in this endless race. Back to the bottom where we belong. The tilt is real and claims the strong. We are
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes indeed. Yes indeed. Happy Friday. Uru Warriors unite. It's good to see you, man. We made it. The man trying to hold us down, the workman trying to get me down, trying to keep me on this this work thing, but no. Now here we are. We're here Friday. Happy MCOC Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We got BG rewards. Let's go. And that means I've cobbled together some opening of a few crystals. We're gonna do that together. Boyo's on the path. He's not here right now. He's out with mom, so it's just us tonight. Yo, what up, Miz? Coming in first, my man. Although, yes, I did technically beat you, so I'll still give you the first this time. What up, Kurd? Good to see you, brother. So close, man. Misery's getting in there. I also like that you just enlisted him to give you the timeout. That was a good move. What up, Zemo? You were not close, bro. I appreciate you, though. Ghost Runner, our ally may be removing the BG minimum requirement. Seems pointless to make people do BGs with so time for so little reward. Oof. I guess we're gonna talk about that, aren't we? I'm not shocked. Night brother, my man. BGs is dead. Crazy times we live in. It is crazy times. I wouldn't say it's dead. I think that's too much. I think that's too much, but we'll get there. Hey, Yusafa, poll. Should I put out a hashtag boycott video? Yusafa, we're absolutely gonna do that poll. And I will just say, let's see if we can do this. I will say that if they're going to listen to anyone in this chat or who come to these streams or in anywhere in the community, it's that guy that when he shows up and puts his arm around you, he says, you see that right there? Deck number 1. It's me. I want to see it, but let's see what the people say. Done. It's in. We want to know. It's a easy one. Easy one. All right, let's keep going. We'll keep going. What up, Peaceful? Good to see you, my man. We'll keep the game up. Zemo back through. I appreciate this stream. Half, I appreciate you. I appreciate that tag. Appreciate Nitro. Appreciate some mail. Yo, what's going on, brother? Yeah, you were posting in here. Won't let you post. What are you doing in there, Frodo? I saw that lovely rank 4 onslaught you've got today. And oh, okay, I see the new one. Oh, you pulled Sassy. Dude, you got the dupe. Good man, bro. We saved a Jeb. Let's go. Let's go. What up, Instinct? My man. My man. Yeah, the Discord's open. In fact, let me undeafen. Any of you come in, you're welcome to come hang out and chat a bit. We're gonna have a good night. What's up, Frodo? You trying to send us that rank 4 purgatory footage, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anyone in the world right now that's laughing at Nightmare Raids, it's Frodo Baggins. Some of us are not having as fun of a time, but Frodo's big chillin'. Dibs on first friendly, sounds good, Instinct. I'll get a list going. I love you, Safa too, Misery, I agree. Let's see, where's our post-its, bro? The post-its of listing. Let's go. We'll also see where I wound up in BGs. I can say that it may be in the Melon class. What up, Ace? And welcome to the call, the most handsome BGs player. Good day, Safa.
Big deck energy right here.
Yes. Yes. Dude, not even big deck energy. Biggest deck energy.
Biggest deck energy.
Biggest deck energy. I'm just, there's so much of it.
Dude, I saw Vega's video, and then I saw Lags posted a video, and KT posted a video, and then I see TruthComic live streaming about hashtag BG boycott. Jesus Christ, man. This thing is gaining steam.
We are gaining some steam. What up, Raiders, by the way? Hey, cheers, Lefty. Much appreciated. I see you out there, Juan, Laser, NYK. Good day, good day. Hake, let's go, brother. What up, Dreadler? Oh, man, it's popping in there. Good day to all of you. Yes, it is trending. Now, I will say, mine is a little more tongue-in-cheek because if you obviously were around when I was doing this a few seasons ago with my displeasure from the BG's notes.
Yep.
That is where the origin of my BG boycott started. But I will admit that the Vega video I saw this morning, I think the comment I left him was, it was the Vega video I always knew I always needed. That's what I wanted to see, bro. That was so true.
I read that comment.
All of it on point.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think the community is right to demand something from Kabam, because they have, for the longest time, for months, ignored our calls, man. And we're not just talking battlegrounds, we're talking everything, man. We're talking like bugs in the game. There's just it's insane. I feel like, I agreed, I watched Lags' video and I don't feel like they test jack shit. It's amazing. They don't
the evidence is the evidence, right?
And they have a really easy way to test these changes on the community, a really easy way, and that is, at least let us in the CCP know ahead of time that they're coming. The scoring change in Battlegrounds is actually absolute bullshit. Yeah. The Nightmare Raids was just a disaster, and you know what? I love Mike. I love him. He's a great man. I love him, but putting in the forums that 4Loki was doing fine in raids was a mistake. Yeah, we're getting so much slack from that. But whatever. Yeah,
it was. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that was an unforced error. Class Ace, what's up, man? Thank you. I am cute, man. Will Tommy boycott? I don't know if Tommy will boycott.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think that he's perfectly okay with how rewards are, so probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Dread?
Tommy
Welcome to Pop on Call, of course, Dread. What up, Warlock?
Tommy's just a grinder. He'll grind regardless. So
yeah, he's gonna play. I mean, we're just, and some of us are still gonna play. I'm on the fence because there's this part of me. Like, I'm streaming, right? I'm gonna find something to fill it with. But most people want to watch BGs, even if they don't want to play. Like, they want to watch someone play BGs. They want to watch us have some fun doing the thing, or they want to watch people raid. But they don't want to see that. But there's this part of me that when I get pushed, like, I don't like it, and it makes me want to just dig my heels in. Yeah. And so that's why when I'm seeing these people where they're like, you know what, we're sick of this crap. I'm like, yes, I couldn't agree more. And I have like no spending power in this game. I hardly spend money in this game. It's event based and it's rare. But I'm like, cut the sigil. I mean, I'm basically paying for an inventory cap. Let me do what I can and throw some at least support behind this, because the way I think Vega was talking about the low expectations, we've been too okay with such low expectations for so long, and we like kind of force ourselves to give credit when credit's due, but it's only technically due because someone's doing their job, and we have to actually acknowledge that the job's been done acceptably this one time. When we have every update, bro, every game mode, almost every new piece of big content that comes out just bugged, jacked up.
Absolutely. Yep,
It's
absolutely.
It's maddening. But hey, buy a champ for $500. Tommy's lurking in the chat. I know you was out there, bro. I know you, Tommy. We're curious, bro. We want to know
Tommy?
where you fall on the boycott. For me, so I'm figuring it out. I'm thinking about it. I may, I have BG's mins I'm supposed to hit. I haven't gone to like, hey, we need to do this thing and, not run BG's, but I may do like a last day 0 to 300k points. I may do a BG's run where instead of playing into the nodes, I refuse to acknowledge and play with Kabam's nodes, and so I run no mutants in my deck. That may be how I approach BG's.
Yeah, just make it a fun challenge for yourself, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I may do that, but I don't know, man. So much time back.
I'm trying to put myself in the mind of Kabam, and like if I were Kabam, I'd be like, well, what the fuck does this community? What are they doing? I mean, we gave them in-game content last month. We gave them the ordeal this month. We've given them all this great stuff, and they're still complaining. Well, I mean, so I'm trying to think of it in their mind, but at the same time, there's so many things that they have messed up recently that were unforced errors that they could have just just the sentiment to the group is just absolutely terrible. And then, so I did finish raids. I did finish the nightmare raids. Our battle group did. And you know what's in the final chest?
Yeah, dude, I was so disappointed. We made
Oh
it
my
too.
God.
I was so. I looked at it and was like, wait, what? What am I supposed to do with this?
It was a light essence. I already have 15 of them. I don't need another freaking light essence, and that was for the penultimate or the ultimate chest for nightmare raids. Come on. Yeah, he was pathetic.
The milestone champ with no milestone rewards. Yeah, that was a wild card. It was weird. Living with mediocrity for too long makes it the norm. That's it. That's where we're at. No, I feel you, Tommy. I don't really want to get into like a debate about it at this moment in time, though. Let me just air a little bit. I'm a little worked up this week. It's been a little bit of a more tense week, so I gotta breathe a little bit. But I really would just love to hear some of that perspective. I do think that there's some opportunity for pushback, though, and I do think that when it comes to business, right, the reality is that you vote with your wallet, right? This is always how it goes with business. And so again, I have been living in mediocrity so long that like I basically expected raids to be bugged. And like I expected it to suck. And I expect half the pool not to work because that's always how it goes. And so I don't have a tremendous amount of feelings about it other than the feelings I've already been feeling that have me down this road of like, why am I going to keep participating in this thing on this level of this way?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yep.
It's frustrating. Said, we have BG rewards, baby. Let's go.
Sweet.
Let's do it. This is going to lead to some crystal opening. 1200th in the solo event. You know what that means? That means 1,209 other people played this game more than I did. And I'm sorry that we all did that together. You know who wasn't there? I bet you Safa wasn't there.
I was in the 2000s. I was in the 2000s.
Okay.
So
okay.
But I feel pretty good with that ranking since I took 2 weeks off, man. Just
no, I agree completely. That's actually way higher than I thought you were gonna be.
Oh, it's actually it opened
my
it opened my eyes, because if I ranked 2000 and I played like maybe 2 weeks out of the 4-week season, I bet this is the least played Battleground season, period.
I would love to see that. We'll never get that data.
No, they'll never give it.
I would love. I mean, actually, you know what? We could put that data together. because we know enough people that we could go back seasons, and there's enough data online that if someone actually spent the time, you could go back and look at solo scores and where people finished and see if this was indeed the least BGs played season.
Yeah.
It could be done.
I think, yeah.
See you later, Tommy. I'm sorry, bro.
I miss you, Tommy.
Yeah, we love you. I understand that you're getting trolled a little bit, but you know, that we engage in the internet, brother. This is to be expected from all of us. I get trolled all over the place, so.
All right, so what are you gonna get?
Guys, be nice.
You gonna get anything special with your BG's rewards?
We're gonna get a Titan. That's the
Nice.
most important thing. We're gonna open a Titan. We're gonna claim just some of these nice little catalysts here. I always need tier 5 somehow, which is amazing. And I'm gonna open the Titan. And if I don't get enough, I'm gonna open the Titan. I'm gonna open the 7-star. I'm gonna open my 7-star Science Crystal. If I don't get a Nefaria or a Titania out of any of those, I'm gonna give her the Awakening Gem. Give her some SIGs.
Yeah, I think I may try just for fun, just to see what it's like to go free to play for a month. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, bro, let's go.
Maybe just do arena like constantly.
No, that sounds awful.
That sounds awful.
Oh, my poor soul. Okay, we finished 70,000 Alliance. Thank you, gentlemen. It was a good grind, and thank you, of course, to my brother, the AFO man, who I see out there in the chat. I see you, bro. Of course, welcome to Hop On Call. He noted it there. I didn't want to say it. The fact that he pointed it out himself makes me not want to acknowledge him out loud. But shout out to the AFO man, who, of course, set the high mark for our Alliance in this last BG season. Finished like 120th or something like that. And as he says, his words, not mine, carried us to these rewards. So let's go. What up, JJ?
Yo, what's up? We just finished planning your war.
Cool. That sounds like fun.
You're taking that photon again.
Oh yeah, it sounds like the plan. That makes sense. We got mid stinked. What's up, my brother? Okay.
Not much.
Those two aside, that was Alliance stuff. I finished 212. So I tried to get in there at the last minute Wednesday morning. I was hanging out in the Discord. Oh, what up, Nugget? I'm sorry, brother. I'm loving you. My bad. I'm yapping, bro. I'm yapping. Good to see you, Nugs. I went in. I needed to win one more. I was sitting in Celestial last time we were on stream. And I was Mysterium when I woke up in the morning, which made sense. So I had my coffee, had my water, I chilled, I hopped in the Discord, and I queue up. And I shouted you out earlier, Warlock. I did. I didn't miss you, bro. I get BV. First match. So I matched up like 200 points on my first match. He edged me out in round 3. I took that loss. So I queue back up. All right, we're in the last hour. And my next one's KT1. And unfortunately, he also just beat me. So I kept going. I won one more. And then I won one as time expired. So that one didn't count, or I would have been like 204. And KT, by the way, reaped the rewards of pulling me out of Celestial because he also lost and did not make Celestial. And he knows that that's all his fault. If he would have thrown points at me, he probably would have gotten points back. But he didn't. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're back being a Mysterium Melon.
The love you throw out into the world comes back to you tenfold, man.
Oh, look, can I not claim? Oh, I did claim rewards. Okay. Yes, I agree. I love, we're putting this out into the world. We're trying to do that. So there's the Titan. Let's start with the 7-star. Let's see if we can get anything good. Realistically, I mean, I'm looking for some dupes. I'm looking for some SIGs. I'm looking for a Titania. I'm looking for a Shocker dupe. That would be lovely. All sorts of things in here would be nice, but we're really just kind of going for Titania today. We would love Shathra out of that Titan. But we'll see. Ain't no worries, by the way, Warlock. It's good. Hey, if I get behind on chat, just keep going. Keep calling me out. We had some big yapping going on today, so. Okay, Samael says he's got some data for us while this is spinning out. Anything good? No. No. Take it, I guess. It's not a first time
seriously,
awakening.
Sandman?
Take some Sandman cigs. It's
He's
not too
not
bad.
that bad.
No, I like Sandman.
Yeah. He's got his time
I mean,
and place.
he's no Battlegrounds, but he's
No.
not bad.
He's, yeah. With the war map change, I think he's a little less valuable, but... Alright, we got the Titan. Let's look at Samael's data before we get this Titan. Let's go back to AFO real quick. What do you got, AFO? Love me! I got you. Okay. 4BGs has always been a top 10 BG alliance. We slashed our minimum by 150k for this season and still placed 13th. Shows you how many people aren't grinding anymore. Yeah?
Yep.
I mean, that's... What? That's 150k over 30 people. So basically like 4.5 million points. That's a lot. That's a lot. A million
Say
souls
over
in
50
Vancouver
people.
screamed out in terror. Yeah, right. They're just screaming out, letting us know that we just don't understand. It's all really all okay. We just don't understand. All right, baby. There's all sorts of good stuff in here, but let's just go. Let's go. By the way, Instinct is the only person on the friendly list so far. If anyone wants to friendly, we can absolutely do that. You pick your metas. I don't care. We're playing. I kind of started an Abyss run, and then I'm just sitting there because I had revives expiring. All right,
So I was
baby.
watching Nick play Battlegrounds the other day, and he used North Star as an attacker, and he did pretty freaking decent, man.
Oof.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's like consistent. That's like consistent.
That's not
60
optimal.
seconds every single time.
That is not
That's
optimal, man.
optimal. That's at least a first time awakening, but ouch. It's all right. It's all right. That's where we're at. Let's
I
go.
mean, he'll be good for BGs now since it's going based off time.
That's fair. He does definitely potentially get that rank 3. Dupe Nova for the first time. Congrats, Zemo. And yes, you are also the Yapper. That Bullseye isn't bad. Sandman's at least rare. That's fair. I haven't at rank 2. I've used him for war. I had to play a match and won. I saw Nugs. I saw that you were up in Celestial. That was nice. Let's see what we get. Piggy.
Come on, Titanium.
Hey. He was already
Oh.
duped, but you know what? That feels nice. I'll take that.
I need
We're gonna
that,
tough
bro.
it out. Okay? We're gonna tough it out.
Mine's still unduped. I need that.
I wish you a soon dupe instinct. So with that said, let's go ahead. The gems are gonna be coming around. Yusafa himself was talking about the decreasing value of awakening gems.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna give it to Titania. I am not gonna lie. That Falcon down there has my interest,
what
but I
about
haven't played with him
Falcon, bro?
enough for that to be a real consideration at this moment.
Nope.
Let's go
He's not.
Titania.
He's not that good.
An awakening gem. I've done better damage than anyone will give him credit for. There we go.
Interesting.
Let's get her where she needs to be. Wait,
Oh,
what? What was I supposed to
Samael
wait for?
told you to wait. Too
It's
late.
too late, Samael. We're here.
Oh well.
No, it's all good. I still have my
Oh, that's-
generic. I know my man would say Bastion, but we'll see where that winds up. And there we go. Get
No,
some titanium.
That's good. That's good to awaken her, man. That's good.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I've been using her at rank 3 for a while now. She just needs it. What up, Dragoon? Good to see you. What up, Nick? Pulled Gentle from rewards. You should feel pretty good about that. He's better than people
Yep.
are giving him credit for.
Oh,
For
he
sure.
is so good.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gentle
he's
is a
pretty good.
He's really good.
he's a phenomenal defender this meta. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's true. Sandman's going to be good for weeks 3 and 4. That's fair, Nugs. Yeah, when we get into any heal reversal, he's arguably the best heal reversal champ in the game. That's true. Yo, what up, CG? Happy Freaky Friday. Let's go. Joke? What song do you sing on Friday the 13th? For he's a jolly good fellow. Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Some might say that was a reach, CG, but well played. Well played. I was about to say, if you want to invest in science champs, you may want to hold off. I especially didn't like Titania. Yeah, Samael, this is an overall decision, not a meta decision. Took leader to rank 2, might rank 3, but don't want to. There's really no point if you're using him for regen reversal, because he can do that at rank 1. So, and his damage, as the owner of a natural Sig 120 rank 3 leader, I can assure you that his damage does not significantly increase with his rank.
Say truth. You should purge some people on your friends list.
Oh, is that where we're at? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Who
Can
we
add you
purge?
because I don't know.
Sorry, Zuzu. I'm gonna remove you. You were a tournament match last season. 1 second, Samael. You can't jump the line. You know that. Instinct called it. Kabam announcement. Did they make an announcement? What are we talking about? Oh, God. Are we gonna do this live?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my Lord. Okay. Okay. Hold on. 1 second, Samael. Let's clear up some space. Let's get Instinct in. Let's clear something real quick. Afo, why are you on my list? Bro, I love you. Come back when we're not in the same alliance. Come on now. You'll go right back. We have to keep Ernest there. Ham's not in an alliance right now? What's Ham doing? I basically friendly everyone else on this list. I haven't friendlied Max in a while. I haven't seen Rob in a while. He's gonna bitch, but let him complain. Look at that guy. I get to say that on my contacts list is deck number 1.
The best looking guy in this community, man.
The best looking guy with the biggest deck. It's really not fair for the rest of us.
I know. It's I suck.
Love me.
all the
What up, little
greatness.
bang bang? So you just rank 3 Sandman. Same thing, half. It's the same thing as leader. This is yeah. We're gonna pull it up. We'll accept this friendly, and I'll pull up, and we'll get into the announcement. Heal reversal. Heal reversal. You're gonna do so much more based on how you reverse the healing versus the damage you do, that you're really just looking for champs you can go put them in the corner. And you know the nice thing about Sandman is you spam special 1. And you go from there. Okay, it's very wordy. Okay, so we'll get that pulled up while I'm over here yapping. And oh man, oh no.
Oh man, I'm reading it. Oh my god.
Oh
Holy
no.
shit. Oh my god.
Such a whale.
It is pages long.
It is pages long, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have to figure out what we want to do here. I just picked random bands, Instinct.
Yeah, sassy.
Oh man. Guys, I don't know that we can do this. It literally had to be 2 posts.
Yeah.
It literally went over the character limit. Is that what you guys really want? I mean, listen, this is our time together. So if you guys want to spend it going through this corporate communication, we can absolutely do that.
Well, so like the first part of it is, well, I'll be quiet until the chat speaks.
All right. We got it in the Discord. Yo, what up, Jay Will? Are you in boycott mode, bro? Are you in boycott mode?
Jay Will.
Whoever caught that announcement first deserves a mod, in my opinion. Well played, Kurd. Well played. Speaking of Kurd, we should probably talk. I know you have the stuff that we have brewing in the background, but given sentiment and where things are, I think we should consider taking a step back for a minute and revisiting what we're doing, and more importantly, timing thereof. Something to consider. Something to consider.
Oh no. Yeah, we should probably go through this post, man. Oh no. What are you saying, Crashed?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so the link is in my Discord.
What did you say?
If you want, we can postpone the friendly.
No, we're good. We'll let it run through, bro. We'll let it run through a little bit. Oh, did you say that, Kurd? I didn't know. So it popped it open when you sent it, and then realized that I was behind, and so I didn't sit and read the thing. So noted. Okay, good. That's where Kurd's at. Kurd, of course you are, Kurd. It's because you probably are working your way toward a wrench. Jay Will, are you in on this boycott? Is that what you're saying? Is this the breaking news we have right now? Jay Will's in.
Oh,
yeah, I
no.
agree, Kurd. Okay. Let me make sure. Let me move. That means I got to move you guys over here. I'm going to move this over here. We'll full screen it. And we'll go. Getting a little risky. Okay, let's see how those SIGs come in. I should have gone special 2 first, actually. That was not smart. Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to behave. I'm just reading the shit.
No. Mustafa.
I'm just reading it.
You can get us warmed up, bro. We're ready. I think we're ready for what's going on. I mean, I don't know if we're really ready for what's going on, but I'm ready.
Well, I tell you, there's going to be a few videos how they're unhappy with this update, and for good reason.
Okay. Oh, this is awful. All right, I'm gonna die. Okay, that's in the Discord. We're over here. Who popped in? We got Jay Will on the call. We got Zemo on the call. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
So
What's going on?
What's up, everybody? I just saw something in the chat which I thought was hilarious, and Half said that something that the Canadians have been having too much maple syrup today, and that made me laugh so hard.
I love me some maple syrup.
Because I know Drew gives Instinct so much of a hard time for being Canadian. It's so funny.
I've not had any maple syrup today, bro. Like,
Come on. A Canadian not have maple syrup on a day. You can't fool us.
like.
All right. I think it's this, right? Yes, there we go. Okay.
So what's up, Jay Will and Yusafa?
Hey, what's up, Zemo?
I'm sorry. What's going on? What's going on,
All right.
Zemo, my brother? How you
Jay
doing?
Will.
We've officially
It's going.
transitioned
Jay Will.
to this post.
Oh, is it time? Is it time?
It's time. Yeah, we're
Oh,
live.
So
We're gonna postpone Instinct. The people need us. Okay, this is the reality of what you do here on YouTube. Is sometimes you want to do certain things, but you don't get to do certain things because you got to give the people what they need.
Yeah, now you're good.
That's what we're gonna do. Okay, let us even pause the music. Okay, this is reading. We need to make sure that our mental faculties are properly focused.
all right, so for
Okay.
everybody in the chat, just I want you guys to realize who Kabam Crashed is. Okay, so Kabam Crashed. He used to be a part of our for Loki. He is the head community manager for us. Okay, or for the entire community. So he's pretty much Mike's boss, Friday Mike's boss. And he's the one who's supposed to be reaching out to community members to try to get more inputs for the game, how to make the game better and help direct the design and overall feel of the game for the community. So we're talking about all the game modes out there: Battlegrounds, AQ, Alliance War, Arena, so whatever. And he also works with the game balance team, the live ops team, to determine rewards and the economy of the game. So he's kind of like the main orchestrator of all of the people, of a large part of the community that works at Kabam. So it really, the buck stops with Crashed. And so he chose to make this post based upon all of the inputs that he has gotten from the community. So just put that out there. He's not a developer. He doesn't develop characters. He doesn't determine the game economy. He's more of like the he's just more of like the conductor of all of the teams in this vast orchestra that is Kabam.
Okay. That's good insight. I think it's always good to know the context and who's authoring what it is we're reading, right? What they do, how things apply, what they have power
Right.
over, what they don't have power over. Okay, well that said, I'm kind of skimming here. So you looked like you were giddily over there, had some thoughts on things. Why don't you go ahead and feed us some feedback for the people while I'm skimming, and we can all circle back
All right.
together.
As I was skimming it, I'll go to the first chuckle that I had. Let's see. Let me try to find it. All right. So the paragraph starts with, however, after digging through the data, I always go immediately through to whenever I see the word data, but it's a little bit further down from where you are.
Okay.
I would say the first part of the post is just, we hear you, and this is our thought about Battlegrounds.
Okay. Man, this is something
it's a
I could
novel.
spend a day breaking down for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. After digging through the data, I determined that
read this
contrary to
paragraph.
my own personal interest as a player, focusing on Battlegrounds would do nothing to solve our problem of a declining player base. Indeed, I even uncovered some evidence that better rewards in Battlegrounds led to worse overall player retention. Conversely, our highest retention rate is among competitive Battlegrounds players. Basically, the better someone is at Battlegrounds, the less likely they are to stop playing our game. Our data team looked at it and found over an 8-month period, 3 Celestial players had stopped playing the game. Not 3%, literally 3 players. This does make sense. It's basically another way of saying that players who have the most time invested in our game are least likely to leave. At any rate, despite the fact the rewards are now nowhere near the top of the game, this trend hasn't changed. The retention rate among competitive Battlegrounds players is still very, very high. Okay.
So my issue with this paragraph is it may be true, absolutely may be true, that only 3 Celestial players have stopped playing the game. But when you look at the player base has over 1 million active user accounts. His goal shouldn't be to maintain or keep the people in Gladiator Circuit happy. That should not be his goal. His goal should be to grow the competitive player base, and that in turn would then grow the active players within the game.
Yeah.
Getting people interested in Battlegrounds not only makes the game more pleasurable for the player base, but it also makes it more lucrative for Kabam. Because then if somebody is interested in playing Battlegrounds and they're having fun doing it, then you know what they're going to do? They're going to spend money to acquire champions, to rank them up, to spend resources, and then get them to be more committed to playing this game. That should be his goal. He needs to make it easier and incentivize people getting into Gladiator Circuit. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah.
IMHO.
That's very interesting. Kurt, his tone's interesting, a little bit condescending, but I get it. Basically saying they are addicted, so we don't care. They realize there are only like 300 Celestial players. I mean, it's technically the top 200, right? Then rotate out, to your point.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably about a few hundred of them. They should be getting 80% of the base playing BGs. Yeah, I think that would be a good goal. So this is an interesting thing because this reeks to me. Again, I tend to view things, especially something we invest time and money into like this, as a relationship. Same way I do with work, right? It's a relationship. It means it's a two-way street. There are expectations, there are parameters, guidelines, etc. And you kind of have to massage those things, right? Because your relationship with your spouse is different than your relationship with your kids, which is different than your relationship with your friends, which is different than your relationship with your workplace, which is different than your relationship with your video game.
Yep.
But when you say because you have so much time invested, people won't leave, that's like the hallmark of what keeps people in a toxic relationship.
That's right.
I was about to
I mean,
say,
it is
people leave long
100%
relationships
like,
all the time.
hey, we've been together for 10 years. What am I supposed to do?
Right, right.
That's an
Right.
awful way to look at things, man. That's an awful
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
to look at things.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
As someone, by the way, who had to end 8 years vested in a relationship, it was absolutely the right decision.
Yep. So this next section is actually what we were talking about before. How I was trying to get in the mindset of a Kabam developer. It was,
Mhm.
well, I mean, surely you can do more. The community is asking, and
Mhm.
this is all the shit we gave you. Suck it up. Be happy with that. Which I think is a bad argument in itself. Yeah, they gave us some great content. Absolutely. The Crucible, fantastic. My favorite game mode, Saga Incursions, which is great to get us back into incursions. Absolutely. You guys put out some great events, but you also did a lot of shit wrong, and you
Yeah.
neglected the #1 game mode of the game.
Well, and I think that what they're saying to some extent here in this first paragraph is that it's to them not working the way they want it to, and thus is not. Also, if you combine that with its niche, they're saying it's not an important part of the game, at least not a highly important part of the game. That's how I interpret these first couple paragraphs.
Yeah. And maybe we're living in an echo chamber too, Truth. I mean, the
Yeah.
people who do YouTube videos and tune into YouTube videos and watch live streams, the YouTubers are doing battlegrounds. And so
Yeah.
we may be living in an echo chamber, and we may not have the sentiment of the entire community in our mind. Maybe there's a huge majority that loves AQ. I don't know. I doubt it. But
I mean,
I mean,
that's a fair throw out there. Maybe we could go down a different thing of questing or something like that, right? Because I know supposedly these people, these unicorns exist that do enjoy AQ, but I can't think of a person I've ever come across that's been like, you know what, I'm really looking forward to this morning? AQ. I
Nightmare
mean,
Raid.
fair enough. But I know, no, you're right. We are biased as BG players, as BG focused YouTubers as well, because there are war focused YouTubers, right? And there are people who have these different perspectives of this game. But you know, I think there is some reality to what keeps the game alive. What breathes life into this game. And I think that's maybe a part of the feelings that have been dredged up is for the BG forerunners, those who have been playing since it came out as a beta, this did breathe life into this game for a lot of people.
Yep,
I agree.
And
absolutely.
thus going back on it 2 years later and going, well, it's really not that important of a thing. It's like, well, to at least some subset of hundreds or thousands of people, it's the only reason we're still here. And then taking the line of, well, yeah, but you've been here so long, you're not really going to leave anyway, doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies about what's
Yeah.
coming later in the message.
I mean,
Uh,
aside from the content that is beneficial for the vast majority of players, such as your Ordeal, your Crucible, things of that nature, I think the most impactful content that I've seen, and I've been around for 9 years, I think, not quite 10, but 9, has been battlegrounds related. One of them being when they had the top 8 qualifiers, like that was huge, right? That really got people going. When we
mhm.
first came out with tournaments, that was huge. And even though it was, in my opinion, not it wasn't healthy, the beef between Andy and Bureau when they went at it, for number one spot. Like
Mhm.
those things were massive and impactful. Like a lot of people got involved, right? Whereas your war content creators, not as many people are going to be invested and involved like that. They'll maybe watch for learning purposes or something like that. And that goes as far as with questing content. It's not the same. It, like Truth's point, it breathed life into people. It got emotions going. It got
Mhm.
people invested, wanting to be a part of that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, okay, Nitro, you got a huge surprise for me. I can't wait to hear that. And then
Oh
Nitro
no.
says it's either war or BGs, which I think is fair. I think that's a pretty straightforward divide.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to address the comment that Nitro made about he thought Ordeal was lazy. I agree. However, Nitro, I agree it was easy, or that it may have been one of the easiest things. But I would like to see more of that. I would
Yeah,
absolutely like to see more of that easy stuff that gives us challenge.
that's fair. I mean,
I
it's one of the things
mean,
of like I have no real complaints because for me personally, I love the gauntlet anyway. So
yeah,
if you're gonna repackage the gauntlet with bigger health pools and let me run it in 70 minutes for a tier 7 basic,
yeah,
okay,
Sign me
sign
up.
me up.
sign me up. Yeah, absolutely. And it's easy. I mean, it's freaking easy. They changed 6 stars to 7 stars. Done.
Yeah. Two
Yeah, I
game
just I
modes,
just meant it was
recycled
lazy.
content. Oh, was that Nitro?
Hey, Nitro.
Yeah, this is your big surprise, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
let's
What's going on?
go. Nitro's on call. Let's go. That makes it a truly happy Friday.
Yes, sir.
Recycled content's not what I call great content. Yeah, peaceful. I'm with you. There's definitely some aspects of that. And I think, what's funny is that we're at this point here where he says the game is too big. And flipping KT's been saying that for like a year and a half.
Yep.
He really has. Like he's been encouraging Kabam to trim this thing down, maybe work with us a little bit to see what we actually like to do beyond just data, by the way. Beyond just data. You got a bunch of bots and crap in your data that I guarantee you are skewing your numbers. So there has to be some subset of balance between data and dealing with the people. But I'm sure we would all love to help trim this thing down. I'm looking at the BG boycott and figuring out like, how do I optimize my time here? Right? How do I
Yep.
optimize our time streaming and doing these things? I don't necessarily want to spend like a super, dedicated amount of hours to having to do arena, or I've stopped doing EQ. I don't want to spend 8 hours doing EQ for almost nothing. It's not worth it. So unless you give me something that's worth doing to me, then I'm not going to engage in that way.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean everyone can do that thing. What up, Andy Beckett? Good to see you. BG is no longer important. Full deck of rank 3. That's true. And BG's, it's not. It's not important to that group of people, which is why it's not that, to what Nitro's saying. You got BG's and you got AW. And if AW for competitive mode rewards are going to reward at this level here, then you should get BGs if you want to incentivize it as a game mode, which I suppose some of the message I'm pulling out right now is that they don't have a desire to incentivize it as a game mode. We're still working through the post. We'll see as we get there. Then you bring those competitive things up to where, from an alliance based perspective, from a time based perspective, those things are reasonably balanced. Read this and loved it, says Rye. Rye is all on it. Maybe I'm still early, Rye. We'll see. Good to see you.
Rye brought up something that I always struggle with. He said, I think the issue is we are revolving this around us, meaning like high tier players, right? That have completed all the content, the end game stuff. We've done all that, and we're very competitive with the game. However, there's also like people that are throne breaker and below that I'm sure, Kabam has to think about, what they want to do, how, like, what they enjoy, that sort of thing. And I feel so far removed from that point that it's like hard to know, like hard to put myself in in their shoes, right? Like just because I feel like we've been endgame for so long. Like, as soon as the thing drops, that is the new endgame, it's done. Like, as soon as it drops at this point. So it's like
Yeah.
hard to like know what a Thornbreaker feels like. What are they like doing, right? Like, are they, into war and they're in like a gold 3 alliance or whatever, like, do they like to play BGs too? Like, I feel so far removed from that just because, like, as soon as that thing drops, that's end game, man, that's done in like a week, right?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's obviously true. And that was kind of what Yusafa was saying, right, when he was talking about the echo chamber, which is fair. And we're in the YouTube sphere, which definitely also is going to incline toward people who are more heavily involved in this game than those who are not.
Yep.
All very fair points. I guess what I'm getting at is I view, in my opinion, I view war and BGs should be weighted relatively equally. And so
I know that sounds extreme, but I think I enjoy Arena more than I enjoy AQ as itself.
no, that makes sense. And is,
And I
that's
hate Arena.
also-
but
part of
it's
the
also
whole
more
this whole thing,
rewarding.
right? Is that people are making the
That
stance
is
that
true.
it is more worth your time to play Arena than it is to play BGs. That's more the issue. Like, I don't disagree about the echo chambers. I don't disagree with business. I don't disagree with needing to balance things, with trimming the game. I'm just saying, if BGs is going to be a thing, which I would like it to be, then the value for time ratio needs to be closer to Alliance War than it is to Arena. That's for sure. And it's less than Arena, again.
Nugget. I love Arena. Please don't change Arena at all.
we with you, Nugs. I believe the rewards
Gross.
move
I
up,
feel
and
like they
think
should
what he
make
says in the post
the
is ideal.
sigil.
Happy with changes to come. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
They should just make it so everybody gets the sigil for Arena, so then everybody would have a good time.
For real. Because Arena is boring without the sigil, bro.
I
Oof.
also, by the way, don't disagree that like the game is progressing too fast. I also have not been the one who's been pumping that stuff out, though.
Yeah. So, all right.
You know what I
So
mean?
for this on your screen, there are too many reward channels to make them all valuable. Then
Yeah.
frickin' eliminate some, man. I don't see
Yes.
what
Yeah.
the issue is here. I mean,
Trim it all
this
down.
is an issue that they have created themselves.
Yeah, like do polls, like get research, which game mode is the least liked, least played, and get rid of it. Like, that's it. Just cancel it out of the game. You know?
So there's a funny sentence that got my attention. I thought was funny. And it says updating the rewards isn't as simple as just updating a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I could totally see, I could totally see,
believe
I could
that.
totally see people getting mad over that. I just think that's hilarious.
Dude, I'm going to open up the store right now because it is freaking confusing. I mean, we've got the Traders Outpost. We've got all the sigil subscription, the Black ISO market. We've got Incursions reward store. We got Battlegrounds store. I mean, this is why just make it one? I don't understand. Why do we have to have so many different currencies in this freaking game?
I'm assuming that comes to here. There are so many reward channels that we don't want players to feel like they have to do it all. I'm assuming they're trying to just like broaden to this broader base of people to play this game, I suppose.
Oh, Rye joined in, but he's
Yo,
muted.
what up, Ryan?
Oh,
Hello.
there he is.
All right.
Rye, my
Poppin', brother.
man.
Good to see
I was
you, man.
watching the
Welcome
stream,
in.
Mustafa. What you just said, if you keep reading, they plan on changing the stores. Like currency is going to turn into kind of one currency.
Good.
But also like what I just said in chat, like they created this issue because they admitted that the player base was like slowing down a lot, and the content that they came out with is what helped the game kind of stay alive and thrive. So like, yeah, like they put themselves in a hole, but they also made the game very popular at the moment, you know?
This was a big mistake, by the way, the cancellation of the Battle Room Brawl. And I understand that there were real world activities that made them cancel it. However, this is a big mistake, and they need to do more community involvement in person,
Agree.
coordinated. They need to. I mean,
Yeah.
I had never been so excited with this game about this game, and the Battle Room Brawl really made me excited. It was fantastic. They need to do more of that.
Have two polls. It's tough for them. Empathetic player base has given ideas. We don't need major overhauls. I think that's true.
But thankfully, he said like they really hope to have one this year and like bigger than better. So hopefully they do. Usopp, I agree.
Yeah, I hope.
He did note that they want to do it again.
I mean, he brings it up like 2 or 3 times in the book, actually, which means that he's really invested in wanting to do it. You know. So,
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I mean, the thing that stuck was Mike and Jax left at like the same time, right? So like that.
Pretty close.
I heard Mike did mostly everything for the last Battle Room Brawl. So.
I'll brawl
Pam?
somebody. Let's go.
Yeah, can we just get Battle Room Brawl in the streets, man?
That's hilarious.
No.
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
that's what all these tournaments have basically been, right? Like we're just kind of expanding this
Doing
mode
Kabam's job.
in a way that it has
to promote
it's
their
not
game.
even like doing their job though. I think that's part of. I mean, I don't even really know because there's so much data to process and there's so much that they know and that we don't know and all that. But I look at it more as like showing them the opportunity of what could be, because there's this whole thing that you could tap and work with and drive and grow, but you got to invest in it and you'd actually have to pick a path and go. Plan changes, removal of the solo event. Okay, context is out of the way. Let's get down to where we're at.
Yep.
The overall goal of these changes is to lean into the competitive nature of Battlegrounds, make the goal to win matches, and to do so frequently. Removal of the solo event.
Yeah, noted. Right.
Okay. And they're going to put those rewards into the track and the circuit.
So that was just the
Mostly into
shards,
GC.
right?
It won't be a 1-to-1. Okay. Yeah, that's minutia I don't care about.
Yep.
So Class just posted it, or Class just had a comment. He said, how does Kabam make money from something like the Brawl? They're flying players out, paying for accommodations, and hosting a stage. Well, that's why a business has a marketing budget, right? To put on events like this, because all of that marketing money that they would use to fly those players out and do all that stuff and set up these events is in turn going to generate revenue by promoting their game, right? And making it bigger, getting players excited, getting players to spend money on their game. Like there is ways to make money by spending money to promote their game.
Yeah. So Class, I would say that that they actually made money off of the Brawl. They made a lot because increased community involvement and excitement for the game, because of the Battle Room Brawl, it encourages people to spend more for the game.
I mean, they also made money from the contestants trying to beef up their accounts, right?
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's encouraging players to spend more for their game,
had
right?
to buy
Like
the 4th of July deals, had to buy. You have to if you're going to compete.
Yeah,
there
and
are
because
free-to-play players up there, but when it comes to like tournament time, you're not going to win a best out of 7 against those top whales.
Yeah, and having it right before the banquet is very important too, because you have to capitalize off of all that excitement to encourage people to buy the crystals for the banquet. So I thought that they timed it perfectly when they did it.
Yeah, I just listen, it's a weird thing when you get into this world of how these, like, how do I invest, $100,000 or $250,000 into this thing and I wind up on top, right? When it all seems like sunk cost. But, it does tie back around. I know a guy in my area who runs like a party. It's a ball. And it's like an organization, and they do a thing, and they sell tickets, and they have a thing they tie to, and like somehow by hosting and investing and running a party, he makes money on it. So, you know, people know how to do this thing. I'm sure Kabam knows how to do this thing. I'm sure I was trying to dig around and find their monies, and I'm not astute enough at that to be able to go dig through what they've made and not, because I want to try to map it out to try to
Like their
find some
monthly.
things, sometimes points in time in the past where we can find where things have done well or not done well. But again,
Hey,
more
guys,
data
I'm
to
sorry.
look at that we don't have.
I'm gonna have to drop, guys. I'm gonna go spend some time with the wife. I'll talk to you guys later.
Sounds good, Yusafa.
Later,
Thanks for
bro.
hanging out, man.
Later,
Appreciate it.
Yusafa.
Yeah, half dig into their financials, brother.
Let's do it. Yeah,
Go
give me some
audit
data.
them. Where's
I mean,
Where's,
they've made a lot of
where's
money,
Cat?
but you also got to think they got to put a lot of money into their staff, into the game. I mean, I think that's something we
Absolutely.
also overlook is there is a lot of shit they do, and you know we got to give them a little bit of credit for that. And I do think something like this needed to happen where people were angry, threatening boycott, but like I think people are also just being a little extra at times as well.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
No,
they've been
Ryan,
given.
they're not
I
being
mean,
extra enough.
if you think about every year, normally this is like the dry season of the contests, right? And we've gotten content every month so far. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not something alone.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
like I said, I do think
I just want to reiterate recycled content, Rye. Recycled.
Sounds good,
that
Sim, man.
recycled content was still fun, and if you don't think it was, then you're just being like a complainer, to be honest. Like you still had to map out a team.
I
You still
think
had to do
there's
the
the
fight.
path that it's fun. I think what we're more getting
For
into, and
those
again, it's a
rewards,
black box,
you
so we
literally
don't know,
cannot complain.
is what is your overall capacity and what percentage of it are you actually using in the things that we're talking about, right? Because for us, it's, hey, we had this big piece of content that dropped this month. The question becomes, how many hours were put into making that piece of content that we had this month versus all of their hours available and what needed to be worked on in the game, right? So
Correct.
I think
And I,
where someone like Nitro
That's the
comes
right
in,
way
and
of
some
looking
people
at
have
it.
the sentiment, again, I see where people come at it from this is effectively a repackaging. I don't care that much about it because I like the content and I like the rewards, so it makes it more meaningful for me. But there is still a valid question of how much time did this actually take?
Jackson, don't do that. Sorry, my son. But
you're
also
good.
this goes back to Nitro. The original thing is for us at our level, yes, that was very easy. For Throne Breakers, that is not very easy. For Paragons, like Throne Breakers can't even do it probably. Like so there is so many people behind us in our top. We'll just give 5% of the game. Like those other 95, they're not either doing it, they're struggling, they're using a lot of revive. Like there's always like a bigger picture. It's not just about us, unfortunately.
No, for sure.
No, it's definitely just about us, but
You wish it was.
Well, and to be fair, like
I digress.
Yeah.
that's a part of the reason for me, especially, like this is part of the reason I do all of that live, is because I do want to put it out to people on whatever level of the game who's trying to do it, so they can at least see what I did, what my thought process was, etc.
Using a different team, showing that different champs could do it. Yeah, no, that's huge.
Yeah, whatever that works. This is interesting. A new competitive currency in store.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that is the big thing. So they're gonna try to merge Alliance War and all that stuff. I think he says Alliance War, Alliance Quest will come later this year, and BGs will be the first one to get them. So,
Good.
Hang on, I haven't actually read the push. I'm gonna pull up.
which I do also agree with him. I think something that we all overlook is them buffing the rewards for solo event and alliance event didn't really help anyone because, like, no offense to people like teams like that have won top 5 all the time, they all just farm in victory track. Like, and it's unfair. Like, so I do understand his, the competitive spirit of the game mode really was bad.
I mean, to be fair though, so part of what I also would like to hear, and maybe I need to reread it more closely, but that's not our fault. Like we didn't ask for there to be elders marks for point differentials.
And he said that they took actions at times and stuff like that. But, it was
I understand that, but they also like they put that problem into the game mode in the
trying to
presentation of Elders
monetize it.
Marks and Rewards.
Yeah, they were
Correct.
trying to further
But that's why they were
monetize it.
focusing the store more than the solo and the alliance wars, because it was rough for them because they knew people would just basically cheat anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I think what he posted was very fair. I'm excited. When you keep reading, you'll see more coming up.
It's definitely a good start. Yeah.
No, for sure, and I'm happy. He even posted in there like, this would have taken a few weeks if we would have wanted to do what we wanted to do. But
Yeah, I like what they did with the victory track. That was solid. Changes in the incentive. Rating decay. Interesting. So basically, if you're going to be parked, got it. You'll lose some points. That's fine.
yeah,
I don't mind that. We're going to tune matchmaking. Always a concern on this game.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing.
Oh,
I've
if it
been
isn't
listening.
the
Hi guys.
Alliance Horseman himself.
hi
What's
FO.
up,
Hi guys. I've been listening to this. Not saying anything because I'm a little busy, but I know that the whole not buffing the solo rewards, not buffing, to prevent the farming, all that. But that's why the buffs shouldn't have been in chips and rank rewards anyway. It should have been. This is why the monetizing comes back to bite them. It should have been in the Gladiator Circuit rank rewards all this time because it's a competitive game mode. So that them going through the solo and alliance wards was a way of them trying to further reward these pushing alliances and solo players, which now you're saying is, oh well, they're just farming victory track. They've known
Yeah.
that for 2 years.
Yes.
Put
Yeah,
the
and
rewards,
I do
put
agree. I
those
think so.
rewards in the competitive area of battlegrounds, and then reward that competition, and you wouldn't have this worry. You know what would stop people from farming victory track? If the best rewards were at the top of the Gladiator Circuit.
But thankfully, that's what they're leaning towards doing. I
Well,
do think
they're like 18 months late. Like,
But I mean,
my
better late
opinion.
than never. You can't throw around how upset you are when they finally make the changes, and you're saying they should have done this to start. At least they're doing it. You can't be like, you guys are so idiots. Like F off. Like,
Oh yeah, no,
okay,
I'm
we're
not
making the
saying that.
change. Like, take the
No one's
win
saying that.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
saying that. I
saying
guess
that.
what I am.
Well,
Don't tell me how
I'm
to
just
do
saying that.
I'm
Bro,
being
I guess
here to be the other half because I know, and we all know this in this player base. There's gonna be a lot of players that are gonna say either this isn't enough or they're still gonna be upset that it took this long. And yeah, it does suck that it took this long. I used to compete in C5. AFO, we used to meet all the time. Jay Will. I haven't played BGs in like months.
Yeah.
But
I
you
used
know,
to match you too, right?
yeah, I don't think I ever matched you, buddy. But
Nitro's on
That's
way.
funny, Nitro.
it did need to be done. I completely agree, but I think like people need to be happy with them being upfront about the issue that they got into, and he admitted that it was their fault. But yeah, I agree. I don't think there ever need to be a solo event. I do think there needs to be an alliance event. You want to promote people being in an alliance and working together as a team to reach certain goals. That's so. That's
Yeah,
the way
I'm gonna duck out again. I just wanted to drop my little 2 cents while I was listening to you guys. No, you guys are doing a great job. I'll be back later.
I'm curious if there's a way to make it like AFO suggested, where it is based off of the competitiveness of the mode, right? So for each rank that your alliance member got, so like let's say just for simplicity purposes, celestial players, you get 10 points, right? For if you land in Mysterium, you would get 5 points. If you landed in Quantum, you would get 2 points, whatever. So then you would add up all those points, right? And then that would lead to the alliance. Like that's how you would figure out who got those alliance rewards, and that would keep it that competitive game mode, right? Instead of people just farming victory track points, and spending their units on.
It would as far as skill based,
agree with that.
but like, dude, most people are going to kick people if they can't maintain a certain level.
It's also you have
You know what I'm
to
saying?
you have to respect the business side though, Nitro too. Right? Like, that is a good idea. I agree, but they make money from Eldermark. When people push for top rewards, they make money off that. I used to drop $1 million a season. I used to buy with units, right? Like so you can't take out.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're
That's
making,
fair.
like so that's where those solo and alliance things were big for them because they were making money off of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I can see that.
But I do like that idea. I
go.
think that's a great idea.
This is
And
the
this is the
biggest
balance they've
W.
always tried to strike. How much
Yeah.
do we monetize, and how much do we make player experience / competitive, all that stuff that in their eyes and in many people's eyes is not monetizable as easily as buy a bunch of Elder's Marks, get more rewards. Like
Mhm.
that's the struggle. They have to figure
Mhm.
that out. We're gonna try and help them if they'll let us, but they have to make those decisions for the business ultimately, right? So
Well, that's why like they said like for the next 2 seasons we get to double dip because I mean they probably want to figure out a way to still get income from the game mode, but changing the solo event into the rewards we get is a great call. And they're still leaving up the alliance, but if the alliance rewards aren't touched, then there's really no reason to push as an ally. So, you okay, buddy? I don't want a chip. No, thank you. No.
That is
Oh,
the
no.
cutest laugh ever, right?
So he's eating some barbecue lays right now for a nighttime
Let's
snack.
go. Little bedtime snack.
Yeah, we're sitting
Love to see
outside
it.
because it's AFO knows it's nice as heck here in the Houston area, so we're vibing.
Let's go.
Mm.
Let's see where truth is on the post.
Oh, I've gotten to the bottom and I'm re-skimming it again and just thinking.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, so my thoughts are I'm very happy that they kind of laid out their master plan for the year-ish area. They buffed the rewards for next season, so everybody who was very mad that the rewards weren't kicking in already,
What's good with that boy?
that's nice. You also get the double dip for 2 seasons, which means the rewards will be pretty good, if I do say so. So yeah, I mean it's a work in progress, and at least they admitted that they need to be done, and they hear everybody.
Yeah.
What's good with the boys, man?
Yo, what
Hello.
up, Dreadler? Good to see you, brother.
What's going on?
Dread, let's
yeah.
go.
Oh, let's
Man,
go. Let's
final
go.
thoughts. That is the question, right? This is the point we've hit. That's a good question. It's a good question, Samil.
Are we just
I
gonna burn
think
down
that
the
some of this looks good on paper. I don't care for some of the early tone. I'll be honest.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
I think the early stuff is to more so see the side of them, right? And you have to look at it as an open mind. You can't be like, well, this is kind of pointless. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, we haven't been in their shoes. I can't imagine that situation, but like, I kind of respect here's where our thought processes were. Here were people were saying this, people were saying this on our side. Like, I respect seeing. We don't get that communication often. It's basically
No, I
like,
totally
so,
agree
No,
with
this was
all
the
of that.
this was the most personal for sure response that
Yeah.
Combat has ever put out. So I definitely will say that was a W as far as the transparency for sure. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Yeah.
I do agree where they say, the game's too big. I mean, it really is. This game's huge.
I agree.
It hurt us for months in this game that we all love, but like, thankfully we're here, right?
You know, it's crazy. This is it's kind of like a wild take, but honestly, I think another reason why the game had died down as far as retention rate or whatever, new players or whatever, a huge back then, bro. I don't know, like 6-7 years ago, a huge part of this game was arena and grinding new champions. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a huge reason why there's also been another drop off is because these 6-star the arenas are so outdated also as far as like and I know it's also touchy because you can't just implement new 7-star arenas here and there, but you remember back then, bro, they used to do like it used to be kind of crazy, like you know what I'm saying, like arena cutoffs, everything, like just
people would legitimately post like what the score was for the because it would be like a 2-week or a 2-day or like a week thing, right? So like someone would post like what is the bottom minimum, right? And then people would be like, okay, like I need to get at least there, probably a little bit more because there's gonna be some more people grinding for it, right?
Yeah,
Like
arena events, but alliance
and
work, you know?
and so I said to say like, bro, the competitiveness, like the competitive aspect of gaming, will always be superior. Just period. Like true, you know what I'm saying? I 100% hear everything else out, but the core root of a game is the competitiveness of a game. So that back then the arenas was huge. Yeah, we would do story content. True, we would do AQ, AW, cool. But like back then it was arenas. That was the competitiveness. We would look at scores. We would look at who's the top 100. We would look at, you know what I'm saying, all these different things. Now it's shifted for sure to be honest with you. The core of the game is AW and battlegrounds. Period. You know what I'm saying? True, you could shift it. You could try and get more new players in with story content, implementing all that stuff. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I'm cool with it. But the root of where this game will live and die is competitive, and that's why it's interesting where they want it, how they want to take it. Because in business plans, with businesses, there's always there's going to be a moment of time where everything is cool, and there's going to be a moment of time where you have to take a leap of faith as a corporation, as a business owner, whatever the case is. So they're in an interesting spot where they can just say screw it, let's just focus primarily on story content and getting new, or we could, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah, but so I know Rye plays this game also, but there's a game called League of Legends. It's a computer game, and it's been around for a really long time. It's like really popular in terms of MOBAs. And the thing about League of Legends is it is probably comparable to this in that it is so complex because there are so many characters in that game. And I feel like that's where MCOC has gone to, where there are just so many champions they've implemented that there is such a high learning curve when starting out this game because of all of the champions that you have to know and all the little interactions that they make, and it's a lot. And trying to just start that game from scratch at this point is just it's daunting for anybody, right?
No, facts, bro. And like that's why. Oh no, my bad.
Well, I was just gonna say it's also goes right back to there's a huge player base, right? Like we have people on SSX that don't even play BGs. Like they're just there for Alliance War, Alliance Quest, Event Quest, and the content, right? But there's so many players below us that probably don't even touch Alliance War or BGs. And I think that's where we get lost in that idea of like, why don't people love BGs and Alliance War? Because that's competitive as fun, but like people play this game to play the champions. There's Marvel fans, like
No, for sure, 100%.
it's crazy. So
No, which I agree. That's why it's interesting. It's a weird little space to be in because I 100% see it how you just said it. Like there is because bro, I was in a Lefty's stream earlier, and then AP was talking about like, bro, he was like, dog, listen, I don't do nightmare raids. I don't compete high tier battleground. I really could care less about what people have to complain about. And I understand, bro, because this is somebody who doesn't compete competitively at all. So like, why would he care?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just like he goes to work, comes home, opens the game. You know what I'm saying? Does this little thing, grinds a little bit, gets up, goes to sleep, goes back to work. He doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Which I understand. But at the same time, what's weird is like this competitive, like this competitive, like I don't know what's to say, or like vibe, bruh, is also tied in with like content creation as well. Because he even mentioned it as well. Like he mentioned how Battlegrounds is like the top thing to stream for content creation. For content creation, I saw him mention that. So he's completely aware. The company is probably completely aware. Like if Battlegrounds died, like there would be no real content to stream or really, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I said it's interesting, bro. Like it's a touchy subject because for sure we want everything upgraded and rewards updated and everything, and like, but yeah, you do have to look at it from a company perspective, and there has to be a balance of like what will make the game grow.
But then you get content with the top rewards, and you got people like Nitro complaining about it.
Yeah. So
yeah, screw this game.
You know, so
yeah,
Small.
yeah, nah, it's interesting though. Like
I'm just angry all the time. That's my secret.
That's my I was gonna say that. That's my secret cap. I'm
I
always
think,
angry.
they also have to factor in, fun factor,
Yeah.
which is not something that you can just categorize based off of I guess
Agree with Chet.
individuals. So so in my mind, Dread, you are a competitor by nature. Battlegrounds is your thing. But someone like AP, you know, prestige is his thing.
Yeah.
But the game in itself, what makes it fun for you as an individual is something that they're going to have to consider by the masses. And that to me would equate to the most revenue generated or the most people being attracted to that. Because some people do those, what do you call those new account challenges, right? And
Yeah.
that attracts
Hmm.
a ton of people because for some reason they're like, yo, I have a tiny account. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to do this act. I'm trying to get past this point. So people that are veteran players that go back, use different type of champions, that aids them a lot. And that's fun for them, right? That's
Yeah.
fun, and that is what they also need to consider
Right.
because fun will also keep engagement. It will keep your attention. It will keep people coming. But
Yeah.
once you lose your fun factor, you're just going through the motions to eventually giving up.
Facts.
Yo, what up,
100%.
Akbar? Good to see you. I think that's the perfect. I'm not shocked, Jay Will, by the way, that you give me a perfect segue. That is one place I think that's missing in this battlegrounds statement here. Like in terms of the 3 celestial players that stopped. This does make sense. It's basically another way of saying that the players who have the most time invested in our game are least likely to leave. I don't think it's just time, because I know people who haven't played this game terribly long but have invested a fair amount of money and play at a high level. But I think what's lost in it's just people with time invested is it's people who see it as fun. At least it was fun.
Right.
And that fun is waning.
I don't know about you guys, but like when I'm
Hmm.
having fun with something, it doesn't feel like a chore.
Yeah.
But when
Agree.
when
Agree.
something that I'm not enjoying and I feel like I'm forced to do it, it's taxing, it's exhausting, and sometimes it's very stressful. All things that I don't really want or need. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And then after a while of that, I just walk away from it. You know, that's
Yeah.
just human nature. After a while, it's like, okay, well, why? Why bother? Why continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am with the game right now. I don't really play it anymore. Just that exact thing you just mentioned. I've just kind of moved to other things. So right now, I've been enjoying
That
myself
is,
with it.
yeah, that is fair.
Wait, who was saying that?
I'm just here
Ham.
for the community, bro.
Oh, okay.
Ham.
So is that
Truth.
why you're not in an alliance, Ham?
Nope.
I don't even know if you're here for the community, Nitro. I think you're here for yourself.
Yeah.
Nitro 100% here for himself. We can confirm that.
I just hit the
We
nail
can
on the head.
confirm
So
that.
Most
good.
All right,
selfish
let's get
community
some
player.
tournaments jamming
All
again. We
right,
got a lot
I have no
to
counter to that.
That's
to
funny.
unpack, a lot to digest. There's a lot here for sure.
I think the
Let's
big
get the music
positives
kicked on.
is
I think
they
first things first, to your question, Samail, final thoughts. I like this.
I appreciate you. Hev.
I like this in general, just from a communication standpoint. That doesn't mean I like what's in it. It doesn't mean I like all of the tone of it. It definitely leaves me with some questions. I would say the primary of which right now that I don't feel was answered in here is how important is BGs to the company? Because that's something I'd like to know. Obviously, they're going to put some time and energy and effort into it, but is it going to be like a relics type of time, energy, and effort, where one day they come to us and go, "Yeah, this still isn't working. It's going to be done." You know, there was a lot of note about how it's not the most important. Fair, but I do still think that we sit between war and BGs. And maybe I'm
Agree.
mistaken in that, but if so, show me some data. I would like to.
But
I think so.
That's
I
the
think
thing.
so.
Like, so I think we have to trust them to an extent. And I mean, we all know people that don't play PGs. We know people that don't play War. We know people who don't play AQ. Like, I think my
You're
point
asking
earlier.
a lot, though. You're asking a lot.
We are, but that's
Yeah.
that's why I respect the post he made today, because this was, like I said, the most communication I think we've ever seen.
It
So
is.
I think
Definitely
But
that's
that
him
doesn't.
being
I
very
mean,
and
no, you're
Crash
right.
is not one I feel like to BS us. Like he's always been straightforward on the streams and his forum posts, you know, like so I think we have to like trust it to yourself. I mean, when I was on GomV, we didn't push AQ, they didn't push War, they did push Alliance or BGs, but you know, like there's so many teams that only do AQ. There's many teams that only do Alliance. Look at GT40. GT40 doesn't push BGs. They have good BG players. They don't do AQ. I mean, you know, like there's so many different teams that just focus different things and different players. Like, and I mean, this game has, I think I forget how many they said, but like millions of players. That's crazy.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So what do they play? I know you're saying that, Luke Perry, too. We don't have any data that shows who does and doesn't do what. Like, we don't know what the actual engagement is. And
I'm not sure.
listen, to some extent, we have to trust, you know, what we're told. I like Crashed. I like where he's coming from. I like his typical mindset. Like I said, I don't care for some of the tone of this message. But I'm also not in a position to be like super trusting of this organization, given
but he
how they
also even said
performed
in the
in other
post that he was
facets
going to
of
ask
what
for
they're doing.
data, but it would have took too long, which is, I think, the fair answer, because if they didn't have any communication for 3 weeks, how mad would the community be?
No,
That's already mad.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's fair. There's also
I mean, so
a valid
maybe in a
question
month he
of
will
if
come out
there
with
aren't
data.
videos this morning, does this message come out today?
Water good now?
Maybe. I mean, I think that's the thing, is I think
I know.
it's there's so much pressure was put on. But I mean, he's not running the company, right? But he's high up. If people are threatening boycott, I mean, yeah, you kind of get a little more urge to be like, okay, like we might need to leave some of this stuff out to get this post out sooner. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, and that was the biggest thing, bro. It was like we talked about it many times, bro. It was communication. Like there were many posts that just seemed like just tone deaf. Like as far as just like we're doing what we're doing it, and it is what it, you know what I'm saying. Like so, this was the first time where it was like, all right, explaining everything, breaking it down, how they possibly will see it as a company, and how they're looking at it from our point of view. So that's like, bro, this post was cool with me. Like at the end of the day, they broke down how they felt and what they're doing, and I'm cool with it.
And I think that's something we took for granted with towards the end of Mike and Jax's thing here, was I felt like the communication was at a good point. And then like the communication kind of got a little bad because they're adjusting and everything. And hopefully maybe this is like an uphill thing, but you never know. But that is definitely a huge part, is just a couple messages here and there like, hey, we hear you guys, like we are looking into it, you know, like that would have calmed the waves a little bit, you know. So
That's 100%, bro.
Something
If
about.
I was the same way.
If I was Kubam, I'd react the same way. I'm not too quick to respond to the few guys who care about BGs, but it doesn't butter my bread. It's a bottom line thing. I guess that's where I would. We'll see. We'll see how much of the bottom line actually is affected by BGs. If it's just niche and it's not a big deal,
bro.
then so be it. I know a guy who once said something along those lines of, "Oh, that's what you think? Okay, I guess we'll see where we wind up."
Yeah.
But I mean, it is clearly the biggest thing on YouTube, right? Like, I mean, Lions Board videos are awesome. But the biggest content thing is definitely PGs. You know, it just simply is. So they do need to put that in consideration, because it does.
And so that's where the numbers and like all that stuff, bro. That's where it gets a little weird, like Luke Perry, bro. Because I get it, man. The graphs, the analytics, the numbers, I get it, bro. But when you look at momentum and actual movement and actual like what's going on in the culture, bro, it is Battlegrounds. You know what I'm saying? And you know, coincidentally, the biggest content creators are streaming Battlegrounds. That's what people want to see. So that's why you have to kind of like, it's different, bro. It's different, because I completely understand what you're saying from a business point of view, but that's not this 100%, bro. That's not this, bro.
think I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here real quick. I personally think that like story content and stuff like that is the most like monetized, or not monetized, but like the most viewed and most accessible thing
Oh no, true.
for streamers. Because like when that comes out, like you can see like a lot of people tune into that. You get like 1,000 viewers and stuff during that.
True.
I think it's just because it could just be because it comes out like I don't know, monthly and stuff like that, as opposed to BGs
It's
where it's like
seasonal,
always
bro.
there.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's seasonal. So
Yeah.
but I do agree with you 100%. When there is new content, it is the biggest thing. But it's very, the only problem is it's seasonal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not. I don't know. It's like a flash in a pan. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Battleground.
it's an event.
Yeah, in
right?
terms
What
of
we're
consistent
talking
content,
about
I
is
do think BGs is the
Exactly.
largest.
Daily
we're not
occurrences.
talking about watching the Super Bowl, because a lot of people watch
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. What we're talking about is the people who watch day in, day out, the people who watch
Yeah.
football. Right? That's what we're talking
Monday
about.
night, baby.
Yes, every month or so or whatever, there's a big event thing, and we get X number of viewers for that day and whatever thing, because they also want to do that content. But the meat of what streamers are streaming is BG. That's what we see most of the time, the non-event stuff. So, I don't know. My head is swimming. I like it. Go back to what I was talking about. I like the post. No matter what, whether I like or don't like what's in it, I absolutely am a fan of communications. Just like what Dredd was saying, we talked about it from the beginning. Just actually talking to people and letting us know where heads are at and what's going on is a good move. I like that moves are being made. There seems like there's some sort of thought behind it. I'm a little concerned.
What's up, Akbar?
I think I love the fact that he mapped out kind of what their plans are for the next following months too. I think that, and announcing a new currency is a big thing, right? Like I'm sure he probably didn't want to announce it this way, but showing like, hey, like we are going to try to merge all the currencies is kind of a huge drop in the game there, right? Because that affects everything. If you push all three contents, you're going to be getting the best rewards. But if you're, so that's a huge thing.
Yeah, it's huge.
So
yeah, I'm wondering how many currencies it's going to replace. Like, is it going to go all the way to like battle chips?
Here's a great question.
He
Akbar.
said that it's going to be BG, War, and AQ, right? So I imagine that's Glory.
They didn't 100% commit that. They said that those were the three modes they were going to look at to try and tune this store.
In the one post talking about it, didn't he say AEW and AQ coming later?
Yes. Yeah, BG's first, those two coming later. All I'm saying is that doesn't mean it's only limited to those three places. That's just what they're
I
looking
wouldn't be
at.
surprised to see Incursions join that too.
That'd be interesting.
I was gonna say that.
Incursion needs some love for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put that, Noodle. I think that's a
What is
fair
incursions?
sentence. I think evaluating the importance of BGs purely by
No,
number of
Nitro.
players in the mode is myopic. And I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that's what Dredd's getting at when he's talking about the marketing aspect, right? What eyeballs are tuning into, what people are seeing. There's more value in that than just the number of people playing it.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, there's no way Kabam is like not looking at YouTube videos of people like streaming their game and they're like, oh, I wonder what our streamers are streaming, and like not knowing that 95% of the time they're streaming BGs, right? Like there's no way that they don't understand that. Which is it's mind
Counter argument. One of their biggest streamers, to be fair, was Brian, right? I mean, he hasn't been around, but he streamed Arena and people were there for it.
No, for sure. But also, you got to remember that Brian Grant, that just going to like.
I mean, he's a founding father of the content creators, right? But
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, he's just a great YouTuber. You feel what I'm saying?
But there's like other YouTubers that they don't get the views of like lags in them, but like they stream Arena and they get viewers too, like.
No, 100%.
So, yeah,
I mean,
but
in
the
the
month of it is BGs. I agree 100%.
Yeah, and they do call that out in the post. They say it is the most engaging mode to stream, so they are at least aware of that.
No, 100%.
They are,
Well,
but I'm just
also,
gonna say
you get a lot more emotion.
it
from
worries
BGs too,
me
right?
when we lead a paragraph with Battlegrounds as a niche mode. That just doesn't feel. That does not kindle warm and fuzzies inside of my soul.
You're just a niche streamer, bro.
I am washed, dude. I'm just
time to
streaming the
become
old stuff that no one
washed
cares about.
war niche streamer, dude.
You know the issue with that statement though was based off of analytics. And true, that's why I'm saying, like, I get it. I get what he was saying, because if you want to technically look at the numbers or whatever, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a niche mode. Like, and the counter argument could be like, oh, bro, you're just in your feelings because you're a Battlegrounds player. Nah, bro, it's different because we're actually content creators creating the content, and we see the content. We see people doing making videos on the top champions each that Battleground season, and they're getting thousands of views, and people comment. Like, I see the engagement. So it's different, bro. It's just different. The
way I see it, if Battlegrounds was a niche mode, it wouldn't have completely affected a bunch of people's views on champions just because of how they perform in Battlegrounds.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Screw Serpent.
Yeah.
Oh, and Enchantress is another one of those too.
Don't even get me started. Don't even.
Love me, Alden. Actually, Nitro, it's much possible they don't measure that information, how many BG streamers stream a day. I think they have some subset of it, but I don't know.
If they don't have somebody that is measuring analytics, then, you know, they should probably hire somebody.
BG's is by far the easiest thing to stream on YouTube.
Oh, for sure. I think the last time I've seen Nitro like really push something in Battlegrounds has probably been about 6 months, I would say.
I've never posted anything BG related, Zemo. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. I said grind. But it's okay.
Nitro's pushing like wood 5 though, so.
Yeah.
Plastic bag 4. Catch you, boy. I'll catch you outside. How about that?
That was funny.
All right, gentlemen, I am going to take
All right,
my
I'll
leave.
be watching the stream, but I gotta hop out of here.
Sounds good. I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate the
I'll talk to you
thoughts.
guys later.
Appreciate that
See
input.
you guys.
See you guys.
100%. 100%. Appreciate it. It's a lot to take in for sure. The communication is good. The insight into what's going on is good. Their perspective, whether again I like it or not, is good. The roadmap is good. The tone is concerning. The view from the company is concerning. The future? I don't have warm and fuzzies, being honest. It's Kabam executing it. I'd love to feel warm and fuzzies. Kabam crashed makes me feel better when I listen to him. But as an organization, I mean, let us not
Would that make you feel better
that
if it
we're
was an
here
audio
talking about
message?
BG rewards as one thing. If you go back to the videos from earlier today, I'm specifically looking at Vega. There's a lot more that is an issue than BG rewards. So yeah, my trust and confidence in this organization executing this part of this thing well is not high. But I'm open to be proven wrong. I'm hoping that I'm proven wrong. You know, if they did listen to some of the YouTube community, they'd have known the game was too big for about 1.5 years or 2 years now. So we could have gotten ahead of this a little bit ago before we got to this point.
That's one thing I don't agree with Rye when he talks about, and I love you, Rye, but this is just my opinion. I don't agree that because they came out with the statement now, we should be happy. I don't agree with that, because I think that they should have narrowed this problem down before all of this stuff happened. And there has been outcry, and I watched several YouTubers, right? So there's been outcry from the YouTube community for several seasons now that this is an issue. Did he? Oh, did he just come back on? Oh, I got scared. I thought Ryan was gonna yell at me. No, he's not on.
Take a look at the plan.
So I think that, like, I understand, like, yes, I'm thankful that they, and I'm not even someone who plays BGs. Like, as you guys were making fun of me, like, I barely make it out of the victory track, right? Like, I don't play BGs, but I think you guys are getting screwed over hard. Like that is a game mode that should be Like the reward should be up there with the same way they buffed Alliance War recently, right? Like they should get the respect that they deserve for working their butts off, right? But like, I feel like at this point it's like a little too late. Like we've been like the community, the YouTube community, right? Who has the voice? It is speaking for other people, right? Because not everybody has a voice. Because they're not going to listen to Joe Schmo. The people that have the voice have been talking about this for several seasons. I mean, I've been hearing about it for several seasons, and I don't even play BGs, and that's how I know, because everybody's talking about it. So it's like, finally they're acknowledging, because people, the huge YouTubers, right, are making this complaint that like, hey, we got to do something about this. I'm not going to pay for this game anymore unless we do something about it. So it's like, it seems almost like a little too late. Like, now I'm worried like you're just kind of going to half-ass this because you have to, right? So,
all fun and games until money was brought up.
I mean, I think it's cool, bro. Like I said, the reason why I'm cool with the post is, like I said, they gave us an outline. They at least gave us a time frame of when things will start to be rolled out. So that's why I can't even really say anything. It's true. I definitely agree with Truth and you, Nitro, 100%. Where it's like you're uncertain of the future for sure, but at least they gave us a timeline. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna wait till I see the changes in person, but as of right now, I am glad that we at least have a roadmap. It's at least something to see.
It's something, bro. 100%.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely true. It's the baseline of communication, right? We're in a relationship together. I don't know where we're going. You won't tell me where we're going. Now you've told me where we're going. Now I have some rough framework of if I want to continue to engage in this relationship or not.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy how we're like this glad over basic communication. Yeah. Finally, some talk.
I don't know where I'm going.
Well,
I'm
hangry. The frustrating part is that we go through this cycle.
What do you want for dinner? I don't know.
Every subset of years, it's, hey, here's a roadmap, and we're going to improve our communication. And then like half the stuff on the roadmap gets done, and then some of it falls by the wayside. And then communication falls into the ground. And then we go round and round. And then Crashed has been much better. But it's still...
And if you think about it, bro, there still hasn't been an actual roadmap in a while. Like I know they dropped and I know that they have to implement the changes in order for there to be another roadmap, but there hasn't been this open space for talking and a conversation in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So we needed this back, bro. We needed something, dog. like all we got was Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. That's all we got.
7-star Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. Yes.
That was gross. That was gross.
I've
not
missed
even
the
in the game
roadmaps
yet,
for
right?
sure, but
that too. I feel like that them releasing that as a 7-star, and you have to pick up 2 of those for like 9 weeks or whatever it was, or something. I think was just only really targeting the people who are really big fans of Daredevil. Like only the few.
But he cost money, so I got some.
Yeah. So I have a buddy of mine. He and Truth knows this guy too. There's a guy named Council Sherbons on YouTube. He likes really weird, obscure characters, and he told me if he got his hands on a 7-star Daredevil, he was willing to take him to rank 460 and give an awakening gem to him. That's how much he likes the character.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more developed buffs I've seen in terms of just like abilities and stuff. I don't think it was executed the best, but I do really like his kit.
At the end of the day, this is all because we love the game and the community. It is community. I completely agree. Community is the #1 thing keeping in this game. It's the only reason I still play this game. 100%.
Best mates, let's go.
Friend
relationships,
zone is wild. Yeah, can you believe that, Frodo? Like we did just get straight friend zoned, didn't we?
We've been playing this game for 10 years. or some of us, you know what I'm saying? So it's personal, bro. True.
You just made me realize I've been playing for half my life.
Bro, that's kind of crazy.
Yep, same here too. Yep, I've been playing for almost half my
Playing
life
since
as well.
You
I've been
got
playing since I've been
640 from
single
basic.
digits of age.
Yeah.
This is
That's insane.
All of my
realization.
crystals were
Yeah.
at that 0.0 today.
God, we're old.
I've been
Yeah,
I've been doing about the same for me as well.
I'm old as hell, bro. I've been playing since
Yeah,
I was
me too,
20.
brother.
I was
I
playing in my
remember showing
late
off my
20s.
4-star Venom at like I don't know, like recess in class. I feel so
That's
old
insane.
now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I started at 26. Like,
Damn.
yeah, bro.
Wait, Dread, how long have you played the game for? Curious.
Like in the 8 years, I've been playing. For
Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
We get a little badge like next to the profile that says how long we've been playing for. That'll be nice.
Oh, that would be
and
awesome.
a painful reminder.
That would be nice.
Veteran one, but
Yeah, every time I click on my profile, I'm gonna see a little 10 next to my icon. I'm just like,
That's a fact.
They didn't
Bro,
they drop a 10-year anniversary badge or whatever?
veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's the veteran.
There's a
badge
veteran,
for,
they just have the veteran badge, which is from day one. It's
yeah.
stupid.
If you download it in
That or, like,
2014,
Yeah, that or like just a joined date, like the exact date that you joined the contest.
yeah.
Because I started in January of 2015, like early.
Ooh.
So I don't
You
get the
started
veteran
just before
badge.
me. Okay. Yeah, you started
Oh,
just
you
before
missed it
me.
by like
Okay.
a month. That
Yeah,
sucks.
that's annoying. Yeah.
I started. I think I started this year of 2015, which is still wild though.
Bam, hear my voice. I'm a real OG. Please give me veteran.
And I was a late adopter. I wasn't around until 2016.
That was around
Okay.
when War came out. That was like the peak of the game.
But you're still pretty early, Akbar.
Oh, yeah.
Community is the
Compared
best
to a
and
lot
worst
of
thing
people.
about this game. That's
Oh
fair
my
enough.
gosh, McMid.
Fair.
No,
Oh,
not
what
Nick,
OG?
man.
Popping, bro.
Mick.
If I was in a relationship for 10 years and I didn't get rewards on bouncing you, that's so real. That's still real, Frodo. But now that's what happens when you get friend zoned, bro. That's what happened. We got friend zoned.
Yep.
Yeah, lots to think about, man. Lots to think about. I don't know.
But they did update us. Season 28, 7 or 8. I don't even know. Season 27.
I think season 27 is the current one, and then season 28 is the one
Oh,
that's getting
season
buffed.
28.
And
Yeah.
Have you
20,
seen
yeah. So the
have you
upcoming
seen the
season is
buff
27.
victory track awards for the season?
No.
They did.
No.
It's pretty hype. You get like half a Titan and a full 7-star just for finishing up the victory track,
Ooh.
Yeehaw. I can do that.
which is like as good as
No.
Celestial 1 in some ways.
Oh yeah, but that means there's gonna be even more and more tryhards getting to GC more than usual again, and so that means for people who go for, let's say people who actually tried to grind for bragging reasons, they're gonna have to grind that much harder because more people get to GC because they'll see it as a motivation to get there for once.
I think a lot more people are just gonna have to wait a bit longer to get the GC.
That too.
Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I boycott the victory track. Let's go.
So
I want my rewards now.
So
I want
after
them.
all,
I want them now. Dang it.
after all that, now I want
No,
a
it's
long.
good. It's
a long
good,
post
man. The
about
communication's good. I think if it was
now about
more proactive,
about the bugs.
this
about the
would
bugs
just
now.
be so much better, right? When the communication is reactive, it cuts so much of the positivity of it. But it's good, and there hopefully will be some good changes. Hopefully this
Thanks.
Radiance currency, I mean, that's going to be a big deal. How they actually restructure this store is going to be a tremendous
So-
deal, and I guess we will only need to wait about 6 weeks to see. So
Radiance is what? It's taking glory, loyalty, and tokens and merging it all into one. I didn't really.
I don't think they were specific about it, but
they weren't.
And
They were
purchase
trying to
too.
that was
currencies,
actually
right?
something that concerned me about it, was that they're like, the game's too big, and we're introducing this thing.
Two
and
currencies, Radiance and
I'm
units.
assuming
Take it or
that
leave
that
it.
means that they're going to use that to trim.
Take it or leave it.
But there was no committed, this is going to replace this. It was, this
You
is
know-
going to be introduced and allow us to better manage the overall reward scope and scale.
yeah. I was
I
gonna
don't know.
bring that up, half. Literally,
Yeah,
they were
Mysterium.
like they brought in Mysterium. Like,
Yeah.
what is that, dude? Like the Trader's Outpost. Like, why? Why is that a thing? It's like
How many currencies are there in the game, bro?
It's insane,
So I
dude.
couldn't even tell you.
You know,
Well, we got like
you don't,
Phoenix
you
Wings,
don't
we
want
got
to know.
mobiles, we got a unit. I mean, obviously units. We got
Oh my
loyalty,
gosh.
glory. We got
Mysterium.
battle tokens. Battle like I don't know. So we're
Gold,
gonna get like
gold.
war tokens. We're gonna get AQ tokens. We're gonna get
I agree, right? That's what's insinuated. It's insinuated or implied that that currency is going to help the game shrink, but it wasn't specifically said. Now, I've tried to teach my son, okay, when you're watching a movie, you got to watch and only trust exactly what happens, right? Like Captain America, right? Bucky flies off the train. You don't see him die, though. So he probably didn't die. Well, we find out later he's the Winter Soldier. Okay. I'm using that as my analogy for, you told me you're introducing this thing, but you didn't explicitly say that you're taking other things away yet. And so I can't presume that. I can't presume that you're going to actually do that thing because you didn't actually say that. So.
Damn.
Yeah, to me, the game's gonna remain the exact same. It's just gonna reduce the complexity of spending.
I hope so. It is, I mean, we've all acknowledged for a while that it's kind of crazy in the side quests and this ticket and that token and this thing and that thing and trade this for that and you'll open the box and then out of the box will come this other thing.
Boxes to boxes to boxes to crystal to champion.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I mean, I'll admit I haven't looked at any of those type of things. I don't know anything about any side quest. I don't know how anything works in the past 3 to 4 months of the game.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I've missed rewards. I don't care. I kind of just don't know what they want me to do with the side quests every month.
Yeah.
So I don't
just
know.
can't really be bothered.
We got the relic of the thingy that you can enter this quest to then take this portal to. I don't know, and I don't care, and I don't even think about it ever. I haven't touched those tabs except for by mistake on my video earlier. Like, that's the last time I touched those.
And you could spend $4 a day for a week and then get 7 of these things that will open a box that will get to another box, and you can.
Yes. Dude,
What's in the box,
Cheers,
bro? Tell me.
That's exactly
No
right.
idea.
I put my
All of that, in light of the scorn and skepticism right now, the acknowledgement that that's a problem is a good thing. And we're going to spend some time trying to address that is a good thing.
I guess
So-
I know this dead horse has probably been beaten, but I hold some frustration that it does take for us to basically go to the 10th level of anger to get this response. And I know that everyone can complain about something, but it shouldn't. They're not even utilizing the channels they have, and people can say what they want about the CCP, but they have CCP members that they could have been asking about this stuff.
Yeah.
And not let it get to this point. Why doesn't it have to get to this point? That's the part that's like I want to understand. I guess I'll
think
never know, but
That's a
I'd
very
like to know.
fair part to be asking questions about.
Bucks. Back to Mundo. Back, bro. But yeah, once again, I'm excited for season 28. You know what I'm saying? The new implementations, and then yeah.
But the season that's coming up right now is 27, right? So we won't see for
Yes.
another whole
Oh,
season.
Yeah.
No, they're buffing the solo, like some of the stuff into the picture check. Like that was said earlier, but that's in 27.
Soul
But
Rewards
everything's
being moved to VT, right?
yeah.
So that gets incorporated in 27.
Gotcha.
I don't even know exactly. if
I don't
that's-
beat G's. I don't make it out of plastic. So
In my head, I don't know. I don't know what. I guess it's good, right? We're getting more stuff. I don't know
Wonderful
how good that is.
Rescue, 3 Weeks of Glory, and other game modes. I think most people would love that. Reading through some of the proposed changes, at least it sounds dope. Having a currency that commits being competitive, decay. I don't disagree. It seems promising. That's listen. The only reason I'm not like, woohoo, is because who's implementing it. You know, I'm not trying to be rude and not trying to be a dick, but how many times
They have a
is someone
track. They have a
going
track
to
record.
maybe not do great before I'm going to be like, okay, like I'm cautiously, hesitantly like, okay, sounds like we're making some progress. I agree with what AFO said. Okay, we should never have had to get here before we got the Kabam crashed book. That should have come out, honestly, months ago. I'm glad it's here, but we can't also lose sight of learning that next time we don't do this. Next time we be more proactive with our communication. Next time we engage in this way differently.
Yep. Call those opportunities. That's what we call
Opportunities. But I obviously am also hesitant with how it will be implemented and what it will look like. And to be real, to the whole, one of the things that kind of bothers me most about it, the communication, is as much as there are acknowledgement of things, there's no it's like self-accountability of it. It's like, oh man, well, we have these rewards and people were abusing the solo system. It's like, well, we didn't ask for Elder's Marks anyway. So, like, we didn't create the system to be monetized and then go, oh crap, we didn't foresee that people would tank with the free thing and then use the paid thing to mark up points. Like, come on. No one came up with that in the rollout of this thing. So there's like some kind of acknowledgement of problems without being like, listen, we kind of missed that. Like, we didn't foresee this thing going this way. Okay, fair enough. Give me the rest of the thing. Give me the thing. Show me the path. I understand they got to make income. I work in business. I am a person, though, who believes in symbiosis between organization and human, not, good things for the organization at the expense of the human. I don't think that that's how it should be.
Very true. Very true. Other news. Truth, I did.
Other news.
I did rank 3 my Jean Grey. So
let's go.
Nice.
You guys remember when Dredd had that new champ that he'll never see again?
I got this Enchantress 7-star rank through her immediately. Didn't even get to see her day 1 because she was an annoying defender.
That's funny.
She still is.
Yeah.
Yo, the only way you're gonna see that Jean Grey is if somebody gets that connection error lag.
That's so true.
I'll
be honest, I think this point was a little bit of pitchfork stuff. They communicated a week ago, be addressing it, announcing more. People got mad. Yeah, no, that's true. So here's Rye, what happened was, and I don't remember, someone said something about this. If they had just tagged at the beginning of that last post, hey, we know we sent this out, but we have, like, it's going to take us longer than this stretch of time you've had. Let's address this season and we'll get back to you on the rest. That little bullet at the top of the BG's announcement for the season,
Facts.
We don't have the reaction we have today. I
Facts.
guarantee you. This
Facts.
is where we're getting at the proactive communication aspect of things.
Facts. 100%. 100%, bro. It was still like,
And that's that's all it is, man. It's little stuff in dealing with humans that gets missed, but literally just acknowledging that thing, that the post had been made and that it would be addressed in a week or two. Honestly, if they had told people, yeah, in 2 weeks we'll get back to you on this with like a plan, you don't hear any of this complaining today.
Yeah, and then on top of it, bro, they dropped that, that post and then released Nightmare Raids, and so it's like, bro,
the ultimate nightmare, brother.
They were just fed up, bro. Like, come on, dog, this is getting out of hand, dog. This is getting out of hand, bro. Something's got to be said, bro. Like. And so that was the main thing, bro. Like, I feel like if Nightmare Raids didn't drop, dog, I feel like people would have been chilling a little bit longer. But
it was almost like they basically said, people said, man, so y'all just gonna do what y'all want then. Yeah. Y'all just gonna not, y'all just gonna do what y'all want. Okay, That's what incites it. When it's like, hey guys, we need help over here, and you're like, nah, you don't need help over there. You need help over here. Come fight this Korg. Like, like, okay, like, all right.
No, Luke, that's not a sign of a healthy relationship, bro. I'm just saying, in the realm of the pillars of a healthy relationship are love, trust, respect, communication, we shouldn't get to a threat for movement to be made. That shows an absence or an issue on one of those 4 pillars, bro.
Exactly, 100%.
That's
Surprising, obvious most engaged mode, hardcore competitive players. Yeah, that's very true. And to be fair, I want them to be engaged because I want to compete with them. So I would like to go, well, except for Andy. I'm sick of playing Andy because every time I match him, he obliterates me. But I want to try to compete against the Sweats. I also disagree. We wouldn't hurt any of this. I almost guarantee you that Trappy and Vega's videos, I don't know about lags. I don't know that those come out today with that little tagline in that communication. And I'm not saying that everyone would have been happy. People would have complained. But the vocal people would have been less vocal because it would have been acknowledged and they would have had their expectations set. This is a problem when you don't properly set expectations, which they should have with that post.
I'll go a step further and say that the people, I can't speak for Trappy, but I say for at least for Vega, if they would have communicated that something was coming, he might have made a video saying, hey guys, let's give them time, because that's kind of been his voice. Like, hey, they're working on it. A lot of good people over there. So it is a combination of their lack of communication that caused it, right? So,
and I even think, bro, this could have all been this could have even also been avoided, bro, on that live stream. It started with the live stream, bro.
It did. It really did start with the live stream, bro.
It started with the live stream.
Yeah.
They would have just said anything about Battleground.
Man, that is the goofiest thing I've ever watched.
March live stream was the catalyst, bro. 7-star Daredevil with a huge grin on their face. That was the catalyst.
Bro, they could have just said battle. They didn't even have to say grounds, and we would have been freaking happy. We would have been like, yes, dog.
Yeah, they could have revealed like the first half of it. It's just battle.
Just battle. Yeah, it would have been like, yes, it's coming, dog.
New feature is coming called battle.
Battle.
Let's go.
100%, bro. It just like, bro, it all boils down to communication, bro, and how you communicate. 100%,
you're right. I'm
bro.
trolling. Last season was the first time I truly didn't care about winning or losing. Just played for goals. That's fair, Luke. I mean, you saw what happened. We crossed paths. We crossed paths.
This is gonna come off as a dick statement. I don't mean to say this way from.
Dude, have I been muted this entire time?
Oh, you were till just this moment, Slack.
Truth censored you.
That's hilarious.
We can't have those clear thinking people here in the chat. No. There's only rage here. You're here for rage. Yeah, dude, we're good. That sounds good, man. We'll get a friendly in next. Okay. From the initial post, Common Sense said it would be a couple weeks and the buff wouldn't be this coming season. You're not wrong, Rye, but to your point of how the community is, they know how the community is. Like they're monitoring the forums. You know that,
bro.
How would I put this? Someone I'm working with a woman in HR, and she came in with the mantra, clarity is kindness. If they would have just brought clarity, the more clarity you can set within the expectations for this community, the easier lives will be. There was no clarity.
I go as far as to say common sense is not common. There's nothing there's no assumptions, because we would have assumed that the Gladiator Circuit rewards wouldn't be still from 2 calendar years, like 2023. We would have assumed that wouldn't still be like that. So there's no assumptions. They need to state clear. It's their job to state clearly what's the direction of the game. Not assume that we would know that in 2 weeks. Like, no, man. Like, no. Because that's on them. Like,
oh, I didn't realize we're in GC. Okay, Samael, I got you, bro.
And in that regard, the community as a whole really doesn't do itself any favors because they react very strongly as a whole to quite a few things.
Yeah, no,
that is true.
I will agree.
I will agree with that. And I'll go as far as to say, you know what? when the amount of cash that's flowing through this game from the quote unquote community is attached to things, yeah, there's gonna be some passion. Like there's like Damn Epic Whale and those other people, like yeah, I would expect at some point you buying 200 crystals at $10 a pop. There's gonna be some emotion. Like so I mean yeah, it's all tied together.
Yeah, for sure. That's just my argument till we wouldn't have got to this point. All I'm saying is there are two sides to the relationship. And one is the community loving our pitchforks. You're right, we love to get pissed. And they would do themselves favor by like clearly communicating and setting expectations. You can
so
prevent
easy, bro.
Listen, I've been in the land of, hey, guess what? Everyone's super pissed about what's going on at the organization, and I'm the frontline guy taking the communication. And you know what I did? I tried to get out as far ahead of that stuff as possible, remind people what's going on, all the things, and give them as much detail as possible, and prep them for pain and suffering before I put it on them.
Like a bam.
Facts.
If you don't know about that, if you don't know about Kabam doing stuff like that, you're not a real one to a degree.
And then, bro, it's like people are pissed. All right, we dropped this. We did this live stream explaining absolutely nothing. All right, cool. All right, people are kind of pissed, are really pissed, are getting more pissed off. All right, let's do this community post. We're explaining that something is coming, but we're not gonna really just dive too deep into it. We're just gonna.
Hey, there's something in the future for you eventually. What it will be, when will we say? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And then we'll drop nightmare raids. Nightmare raids. It's crazy. People are.
This will solve everything.
The world is about to end. Okay.
Oh,
now.
thank you, Hap.
let's
I appreciate
go.
you. Listen, yeah, communication stuff is definitely in the things I like to do. It's in one of my wheelhouses. So I try,
that was
man.
the oil in the closet for sure. Nightmare raids.
Boycott, you say? All right, now we got to be transparent. Hold on, let's
right.
Let's wait a minute now. Not a
Scary
boycott.
word.
Let's not get crazy here, guys. We told you info's coming eventually.
We told you something was coming, guys.
Something's
Why are
coming.
you getting upset?
Bro.
Yo, Rye, when you said I like Nightmare Raid, I knew you picked Purg. There's no way you chose anybody else but Purgatory.
That's too true.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring in Luke Cage. He's done well in every other raid aspect. Nope. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's like the build. You see, it's a build up thing. It's like, bro, when things are left unsaid, bro, it just builds up and builds up and builds up. That's why it's like how true it's like it's a real like relationship, bro. Like if you let things build a relationship, things are gonna blow up eventually, bro. If there's no communication or lack of communication, there might be communication, but it's like we got something coming, but we're not gonna tell you. Real talk, bro. so
Wait for your
yeah.
birthday or something.
I should have just gone. Yeah.
And then
Purgatory
I'm
people.
like-
Don't come in here, you Purgatory people. Start telling us how good Nightmare Raids are.
Oh my gosh. I think like if I screenshotted my Nightmare Raid like battle group, it was literally like the two people that brought Purgatory were like up at the top, and then everybody else was like 50,000 points below. It was actually insane, the discrepancy between those Purgatory people and like the people that just used everybody else. It was insane, dude.
Bro, and then also
I'll be
another
real,
thing.
Samael, I totally forgot that you and I were friendly, bro. I've been so busy yapping and thinking over here, I forgot we were in a friendly.
Oh,
it was the Patriot buff being in August. That's what also got.
yeah. They announced 3 buffs that we just have to speculate until August. In March.
Yeah, that is kind of wild.
I've been waiting for the Patriot buff forever, dog.
I bet.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you about that. How you feel about August?
Bro, come on, man.
August, bro.
August, bro.
August. Yeah. I would have been more inclined if they revealed it in, I don't know, June or
Yeah,
July.
June. Yeah, bro. Like
Like,
August. Is
August?
Bro, by August there are gonna be like 6 other new champions that we're really not gonna care
That
about.
all
Yeah,
counter
6 other
photon.
champions. We got 2 buffs coming out before that. We got we got Phoenix buff and Cyclops buff. Can we focus on that? And then after those 2 come out, then we can say, hey, we're actually like remember the Patriot buff that you were thinking about? We're releasing that with 2 other champions, MODOK and Yondu, in August. Because I'm assuming that those 2 are probably going to be out in May or June. So it makes more sense to focus on the buffs that we know about, other than potentially like you don't have these 2 buffs yet, but here's 3 more.
And honestly, if Patriot doesn't counter Serpent and Zola, I don't want him.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Ain't no way.
I don't want him. I don't want him, bro.
No, if you want
just like they took Shocker countering Maestro, they're gonna do all that. Make sure that don't happen no more.
Bro,
I don't want him, bro.
Yondu's gonna be the best Serpent in Zola counter, trust me.
Jeez. That'd be wild.
Patriot rank 4 confirmed. Yeah, bro. Hopefully. We'll see.
Mine's ranked 2 right now. I also ranked 2 that new Falcon just because.
Because he has nice toes.
No. I'm not a Nagase big. I'm not a big Nagase fan. All right, not that big.
But yeah, man. We'll see, bro. Definitely. I was pissed off though. I'm like, bro, I've been waiting so long for the Patriot buff. Because I see the potential. I'm just like, bro, and I want to prove everyone wrong that's been talking smack about me.
MODOK intrigues me, but like,
much love.
I'm gonna forget
GG's,
about
bro.
it until August. So
yeah. Yondu intrigues me also. I do like Yondu. Like
I
thought he was
really
cool.
don't like
100
Yondu.
million
I think his
points.
kid is
That's-
extremely conflicting because like
Yeah.
you want the enemy to throw a bunch of specials, but you completely counter that by reducing their power gain, so it just makes your ramp that much longer.
Yeah. I always thought he was a cool like character though. Like even the design in the game is pretty cool.
Yeah, the
It's like-
design's pretty cool, but like if they want to make him effective, one of those things has to go. You can't have both in the kit. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, any last friendlies? We've been going for a couple hours. I'm gonna go see the fam.
Sure. I'll
If
boot
you
it
wanna-
together.
I'll do a friendly
ooh,
truth.
Yeah, send one over.
Oh.
It's like a subathon. Like you're gonna end the stream when the friendly stop coming in, but now everyone's gonna
Hey,
friendly.
bring
Let's
the
go.
subs,
Being
bro,
held
let's do it.
hostage. Am I friends with you, Truth? I don't remember.
We should be. Unless you
check.
deleted me.
Sometimes I ask myself that as well.
Are we really friends?
I don't know, are we? I thought
I
we
don't
were.
know.
I don't know either.
You know who really needs a buff, bro? Electra. she's just been forgotten, bro.
Dude, she was been,
No.
Yeah, she's been forgotten since
So
her terrible
many.
movie came out in the
You know what?
2000s
You know what?
or whatever that
Champion
was.
Grace. You know what? Champion
Oh
graced
my
my lips
gosh,
today
I'm sorry.
because I did a thing where I pulled this. I made a deal. I was like, this was back when like 6-star rank 4s were like a big thing, right? So I was like, next champ I pull, I'm gonna rank 4 them. And this champion graced my lips today, and it was Karnak. That
Oh,
champion might be the most useless champion in this entire game. I have
I was
no idea
close.
what that guy is used for. But
I
He
said
was
it's
one of
still
the
champion,
earliest
I'm kinda
true
close.
strikers, which was pretty huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, he was pretty good.
When
for
did
True Strike.
I can't remember when True Strike existed.
I think Karnak was the first, but at that point it didn't
I
counter auto
don't
block.
know. He was the first disorient like champion. It used to be called like dazed or something like that when he got it.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we got another big
I
war,
know,
boys.
like,
Looks like we got
A
another
couple
big
years
war.
later, they added it so that True Strike also countered auto block, and he saw a bit of a boost at that point.
Yeah, True Strike did come out before auto block because I remember it.
Yeah.
Medusa was the first auto block and she was in 2017. Karnak was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this, but he came out
Bro.
in between Rogue and Gambit. I
This
wasn't
actually-
expecting that.
Talk about a call I never knew or thought would happen, but between Ham and Akbar's history knowledge of the game and when champs came out, I'm like, I'm just sitting back in awe of someone who's like, what champ? When did that champ come out? Like, I don't know, like somewhere between 2
August
and
2016.
29 months ago.
That's
I
that
don't know.
MCOC encyclopedia right there.
Dude, for real.
Man.
Yeah. No,
I mean, compare that to like 2023 onwards. I'm just like, huh? What's a white tiger?
Afo, are you going live? You going YouTube live, brother?
I am.
Oh, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, the raid is forming right now. Look at this.
We are formulating the raid.
We are formulating the raid right now. Dude, let's go.
Jock is also live too, and Amos. It's gonna be.
Oh, he hears
crazy.
us on there too. I hear us through his channel there. Let's go.
W.
Split the raid 50-50.
All right, half go to half go to Jock.
50% raid.
Wait, who else is streaming?
Jock Payne.
Is he? He said he's gonna have. He said he was gonna have a short stream.
Okay.
Hey, everyone in here go live. We can get like 10% of a raid.
Oh my gosh.
We'll just split it off. Listen, not every raid can be valuable, okay? We can't have value going with every raid. Sometimes we just gotta split them up.
Nope.
Cover more ground that way.
Give me. What am I gonna get to play with over there?
Let's go off.
Penny Parker. Fair enough.
I wasn't really paying all that much attention, to be honest.
You and me both, so we won't put this on the official records.
I'm more immersed in the conversation.
Yeah. I think that's been most of this stream. Let's go. That's what we're here doing today.
I felt like
Big
5
announcements
stories in a
drop
rage game
end of day Friday.
during
You
the
know how it goes.
conversation, but I
Just
didn't
like
even
any good
realize.
corporate communication.
Nah. I really did like this call though, because you had like
No,
a
bro. One charge, buried immediately. Bro, Penny's the worst.
You had a collective group of knowledgeable men, bro. Love that, man. Real
Yeah.
talk.
Let's go.
Even if everybody has a
Knowledgeable and
different
passionate
opinion, right?
members of the
Like
community, yeah.
Yeah.
we're all hearing each
Thanks
other
for
out.
good conversation.
Yeah. 100%.
Except for Rye. Fuck that guy.
Jeez.
Yeah, screw
You didn't
you,
mean
right?
it, right?
Shots fired.
He's just yapping. Don't listen to him. Don't take it personal.
It's crazy because you got like real world issues like gang politics, and we're just men talking about MCOC.
About little video games.
Yo, this is real life issue, okay?
That's real. That is so real.
Anyone know when Tommy goes live so I can go say sorry? I'm sure he's in my Discord. You can find him in my Discord and just send him your sorry message. Next time I see him, I'll
Send him a cake
swing
as
through
well.
and let him know that we're just having fun. And this is a channel that talks a little trash. I mean, there's a reason that you guys have the player haters right there. Some of the most diabolical haters this side of the Mississippi. What'd you expect? It's not personal. It's fun.
Yeah, that whole thing went over my head. I'm not involved in the drama, so.
Dude, it's just half. Showing me appreciation and everyone else a hard time.
I don't take anybody seriously, so. I definitely don't have that problem. And I hope no one takes me seriously.
I mean, that's the whole point of a YouTube channel, though. You know, at the end of the day, like, this is a channel to express. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has a channel to express how they want to express. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's the viewers, you know, their choice if they want to watch it, or even if it makes them uncomfortable, like watch it or not watch it, bro. So
I'm pretty sure that I had used different words, but basically said the same thing in my little YouTube bio thing.
Nice.
Which was
That's why I
basically
love
like, you know how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
I mean, but you have to have a conflict of interest for growth. Like, there has to be that's why I do like everyone's perspective. Like, I love even Tommy's. Like, I know people give Tommy a hard time, but he comes in and he's like levels everything out with the perspective of him, like, that he has, and it kind of makes me like, you know, try and find a common ground and balance everything. Yeah. So you know, it's messed up when you're only looking at it from your perspective. So
No, yeah, that's the take that you should take in every aspect of your life, right? Like, So one of the things that kind of has been crazy for me is I've had to take a step back from my alliance and not do war planning, right? And it's tough because like I really enjoy it, and just developing the next generation of like war planners. It's almost like being a supervisor like in a company, right? Like you build these connections and you make these friendships, and you're trying to teach all these younger guys that maybe have less experience in that game mode, and you're trying to build them up, right? And it feels good. It's like real life satisfaction. Like you're a supervisor, you're building up your employee to step up into that next aspect of their job, right? Like it all ties into real life world experience, like even if it is just a video game, right? But we're also making real life connections. And we're making friendships, we're creating communities. Like it's just more than just a video game. And at the end of the day, right, it is just a video game, but we're making connections, we're making real life, impact, communities, that sort of thing. And it's improving. For the most part, I would think it's improving the lives of people that play this game, because they feel accepted, they feel loved by the friends they're making and all that sort of thing. So I think it's great.
I totally agree. I mean, as someone who, met AFO while I was going that way, we had, of course, our history Nitro where you refused to meet me. But then,
halfway.
Basically like
You're right.
actively planning my travel around the country to be able to see people that I play this mobile video game with because of community and love and all the stuff that you're talking about. I totally agree. One day I'm gonna go visit Slack Bar out on the coast. We're gonna.
I was just gonna say we gotta
all
meet
the
up.
rest of you guys out there, but we'll be here, talking about Oregon stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet Strange at some point. He's coming up to my neck of the woods, so
I have yet to meet someone, and my face is yet to be shown.
Bro, why are you doing that to us? Okay.
Show your face.
Bro,
Good thing I'm not
it's
fighting
just a
war
piece of
fights
ham,
tonight.
all right?
That's
It's just
for
a piece
sure.
of ham.
Yeah,
Good
I
thing
forgot
I'm
about
not
Hurt
fighting war
Locker.
fights tonight.
Bank. Dang, that is so much damage. It's insane.
Good thing I'm getting out of my system before all those Dazzler fights I have.
At the end of that post, bro, I would have really liked to see some free reunion crystals in a promo code.
Hey guys,
always looking out for the people.
Look at my Amazon gift cards. Now everything's better, right?
Is anybody able to see my stream? I put the link in this chat. I think the quality might be pretty
the Discord stream or the YouTube stream?
the YouTube one.
Oof. Yeah, your YouTube
yeah.
stream is looking a little spicy.
Yeah, it's like
what
glitchy.
Yeah, it looks super
Yeah,
glitchy.
okay.
You have some sort of output
Let's
thing you need to
just-
work on?
It's like spazzing. Like the screen is spazzing right now.
I see that.
AFO, yeah, you guys live near
Oh,
each
there's
other.
something.
I popped by. Next time I'm in Houston, yeah, I'll swing through. I'll post something, right? Because we'll definitely get together. How quickly you guys descend into madness needs to be studied and investigated. Yeah, it's for real. You're not wrong, bro. We're moving toward the after dark hour. Speaking of, where's Cap?
Oh yeah.
Cap,
Where is Cap?
love me. I need you back, bro. Also, you're supposed
I'll
to
hit
be
him
running.
up. I'll hit him up. Let me message him.
You're supposed to be running some
Just
stuff,
kidding, he
bro. We
doesn't
got to put in
respond to
some
me.
work for the Curd Bros. Love me, Cap. Love me. Where are you at?
Okay, I know what we're gonna do.
We go buy some more time. GG's Akbar. You crushed me.
GG's.
As
Well, it was
expected.
like 1,000 points off. It was not exactly. It was like 35k.
This is what
so
happens
not exactly.
when he gets into SS Axe, and now he's here just slaying us in BGs. What can you say? I can
did, like,
imagine Dread
Arcane
saying
last
boba time
season.
like it's morphin time. Bro, we need to get him that clip. Oh, dude. Only
Right.
because this is a friendly am I letting this Nova live. But that's wild.
Yeah, at least it's not my Nova.
Yo, Dread, let me know when you make it out to Atlanta. I'll definitely try to get to you.
Oh yeah, no, I was just talking. I was just so I'm definitely trying to. We're setting up that Atlanta trip for Captain Judah. My bad, right?
Any PA folks here? Let's go bowling.
Truth's laughing because I didn't make it halfway up to him because it's about
oh damn
5-hour drive.
Yeah, I was out there. So I went all the way across the country. This is when I met Afo on the way back. But I went all the way out there. I was out in the Alpharetta area.
Okay.
And I told Nitro, I said, let's meet up. Look, I don't want to go all the way down to where you're at. I know you don't want to come to where I'm at. So let's meet in Savannah. It's like halfway. We'll both get out to the coast. We'll have a good time. He wouldn't do it. He refused. See you later, Rye. Have a good night, brother. What up, Cows? Good to see you.
How far?
We definitely do, bro. We were yapping about it we went through the post. We went through the post earlier.
Damn.
It was funny. Nah,
Listen,
I just couldn't swing. I couldn't swing it with the fam.
If I remove the tone and I remove my concerns about who's executing what's in front of us, I love the post. Those two things, they're not great. Not great. My opinion, of course. Liked it a lot. I think there's good value. Good opportunity.
Yeah, Frodo, you
for
might
us.
be the only person in Idaho with a cell phone. That might be an issue.
So I had to end it, but I'm gonna start it right back up.
What's up, Afo?
I had to end it, but I'm gonna start it right back up. I'm gonna change a chord and see if we get better.
Dread has a special plug he uses every time he slurps down some boba balls.
Oh snap!
That got juicy quick. Dread, these guys just giving you such a hard time. What kind of culture are you cultivating in these late night shenanigans?
It's a Blue Chew culture, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, Blue Chew is diabolical right now with where the ads are showing up. Like they're showing up in the worst of places.
Bro, facts. Dog.
We were
We were
out to barbecue one night as a family, and we're sitting. It's like 6:30 p.m. We're sitting at the table just ordering some ribs and stuff. And sure enough, my daughter's like, Blue Chew, Blue Chew. I look over to the screen and there's this woman is pressing this dude up against the wall trying to make out. I was like, hey, yo, yo, bro, that commercial's not gonna work for me. Not with the 7, the 8, and the 2-year-old right here.
Crazy, bro. So one of my friends, he actually, right after we had that whole like Blue Chew extravaganza, like one of my friends, he got sponsored by Blue Chew and he actually started doing Instagram ads for him. And I was like, bruh, this is crazy, bruh.
Dude, I'd take a sponsorship if they want to sponsor.
Yeah.
I bet you would.
That's what I'm saying. It would be MCO. I would too. MCOC and Blue Chew. Real talk.
Yeah, right.
I mean, look how the game is already spelled. You're already halfway there.
Not get up in BGs, get up another way.
Yeah, I need to get up somehow.
The truth is like, where's the end stream button?
Oh, man. Gotta wait for this end stream, but these guys getting out of control. Kabam crashed. This is your fault. Everything was in order.
You
until
you
this
think
post came
BG's
out.
is hard? Try Blue Chew.
Oh my god.
The problem is very few MCOC players are actually going to have any need for it.
No, facts. But it might be the Stratford Battleground.
That's
the new meta,
Let's
bro.
go.
That's the new meta.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, Akbar. That was good. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was good, bro.
That's pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
And also, completely true.
but it's really it's a performance enhancing drug at this point.
Get some of that clarity going on.
Yeah.
Got it. So that's the next Friendly Bunch overnight stream is going to be the Blue Chew stream.
Oh yeah.
Getting juiced up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just OD'd on Blue Chew. It's crazy, bro.
All this Blue Chew talk and nothing about George Foreman dying. Luke Perry. I didn't know that George Foreman died, bro.
I didn't know that either. That happened
I didn't
today.
know that. I did
Dang.
not know that.
Dang, bro.
Come on, bro.
Why are you shaming us and then just dropping this bomb on us like we were supposed to know, bro? Look at what you just did to the
Yeah,
call.
why are you grilling us like that?
In the middle of a
killing
Blue
the
Chew,
vibes, man.
Like, wow, yeah,
Killing
dang,
the vibes.
Dude.
That's sad though. Rest in peace to George Foreman.
Hey, he was a legend. For
With
sure.
sad news like that, only one thing can make me feel better, and that's Blue Chew. Sponsor me now. You hear that ad read? I can do it.
Ack out there. He's got someone clipping right now, submitting.
It would sure pick me up and other things.
Enhanced performance drug is against TOS. I don't think that's true, Accelerate. I don't think that's true at all.
Hell no.
I don't think.
All right,
TOS
now we get
has
some more practice
anything
in.
about
Why?
that.
Because we're going to be dazzling Photon again. So let's practice.
Oh my god, it's only 10:30. God, it feels like 1
I mean, it's
o'clock.
already 10:30.
Oh yeah, it is. It is
Already?
10:30. I
Jesus.
That's crazy.
I don't like that.
You guys are in the future. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how tomorrow is.
Let me know.
I'll let you know about the next day.
Let me know, bro.
I was still up in Spain. I would have been in the next day. I could have told you how it was.
Damn. Damn, I didn't. You lived in Spain? That's crazy.
Oh, dude.
I was up there for
I
a little
love it.
bit. I ended up getting stuck for like 2 months.
Yeah, that's fire.
You got stuck in Spain? Please tell me
Yeah,
the story.
I just didn't have a round trip ticket.
Sounds like a skill
So
issue.
do you just buy another ticket? Like,
I'm not gonna get in. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna get
same.
too into the.
Same dude.
leagues
I
there.
also
yeah, you're good. You're
took a
good.
hit I shouldn't have.
Sorry. Sorry for prying.
No, you're fine. It's more so the fact that I'm just stupid. It wasn't. So.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. I feel that.
W, bro. I get one ways all the time, bro. Don't even think about
Wow.
it.
Half, I just caught your comment there. That is that's
Sponsored by
hilarious and
Bluetooth.
also not getting read out loud here.
W, bro.
Only 8:30 in good old Idaho. Only 7:30 out here in the good old Northwest.
I don't think good and Idaho are ever in a sentence, Frodo. I'm sorry,
That's
bro.
not true. Idaho has some very nice things in it.
Potatoes.
Yes, I do like their potatoes. There's also a really nice lodge for fries that I really liked when I was there. Just the
Also related to potatoes.
I know.
Crazy.
I was gonna say something else. I was like, I don't want to say that. I'm just gonna say fries. Wait a second, that's a potato. I really like their potatoes, their fries, which are also potatoes, their potato chips. Oh my god, there's so many potatoes, man.
The best of the potatoes.
I got a cool I got a cool sweater from Jackson Hole though.
I'll be right back.
It's pretty cool over there.
I miss you already, Drin.
I'll be Devin for a second.
Damn, it's not even after hours yet. It is after hours for me, Nugget. All right. We've been after hours.
Ugh.
We're on a time limit.
I hate Onslaught so much. Bro, I honestly, I really don't want to play BGs this season. That's where I'm at right now. At the end of all of it, that's where I'm ultimately at.
I said that about season 26, and then like the last 3 days, I just had like a massive like craving for it, and I ended up pushing to C5 the last hour. I don't know what happened.
That's crazy. I've
Kinda
never actually
don't-
had a craving
kinda
for
don't want to
BGs.
mess with any more Onslaught AI. Don't want to mess with
I don't know
nodes.
what happened. I guess I just finished my midterms and stuff. I was like, I need to do something. And then I
BG
just saw
scoot?
BG's like, okay, now I gotta play it, right?
No,
Yeah, I guess when you have a
got the
family
blue
and 3
shoe
kids,
Talk
it's
out
like-
early, bro. Yeah, the repeat special thing is what it is. I hope everyone here remembers Idaho sucks and stops moving here. Well, yeah, that is a problem, isn't it?
No one moves to Idaho. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's what someone from
Idaho
Florida
claimed
would
my
say,
best friend, man.
but that's not true. Idaho
People
absolutely
actually
has
move-
a tremendous influx of people from Oregon and California.
Yikes, dude. Those are the worst type of people too. Yikes.
I totally agree.
I thought Florida had it bad. We get New Yorkers.
Right? Dude, that's
Yeah, in
that
Oregon
could
we
be
have
the
all
worst
those
right there.
California transplants.
Should have artery sprinkles. We'll get out of here, Samael. I'm not taking sprinkles to ring 3. There was 10 people in Idaho, now there's 15. Yeah, half. Yeah.
Huge.
Listen, I was just talking about the benefits of the Electoral College with someone earlier today. And that's so we can don't have to worry about you New Yorkers and Californians bullying everyone around the country.
Yeah,
Aren't you
Zemo,
from
we
California, Truth?
No, he's from
I'm from
Oregon.
California. I live in Oregon though. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
Dredd knows. He's called me out before because I'm a big California hater.
Yeah, because
Big
that
hater.
state sucks.
They suck, but they have so many
Dredd,
cool things
come
going
back.
for them.
Oh,
that
he's
I can't
deafened.
stop
He
them going
can't even
back.
hear
I'm
me.
from
He
there.
can't even hear my hate of California. Dredd,
Speak
your
loud
state
enough and he'll hear you.
sucks. Dredd, your state sucks. Yeah,
But
They
then
will
you're in
enough
Florida,
fast,
he's-
so,
he'll
like,
come back.
New York and then California, both trash states. Crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
All right, Afo, are you coming back, bro, or are we? Am I gonna go raid Sir Payne?
No, I'm about to hit the button right now.
He's hitting the button.
Hit
You're both. You're
that
from New
button.
York now in California, man. Half. That's a sad
So
day.
Frodo, your housing market got trashed, huh? By out of staters. So they're just like buying up all the big properties, I'm guessing, right? And increasing property value when it shouldn't. So it's hard for people that live in Idaho to actually like live in Idaho. Is that what's happening?
What do
Not
you class
Illinois.
as Wales?
No one
Not
no
like
one
you in
knows about
California.
Illinois, Zemo. Like Illinois is like an afterthought. It's like the breath what is that? What is that called? The mouthwash. It's the mouthwash of brushing your teeth. It's the afterthought, bro.
Bro,
Illinois.
no, you
no one
just
cares.
yapping now. Nitro, are you yapping?
Yes,
Have
I
you
am.
been sipping over there?
I've
Did
been
you take this after
sipping
dark?
very, very healthfully. I am
Yeah.
very healthily
Yeah.
sipping over here.
I'm not shocked.
And I'm just
You sound a little healthily sipped.
I understand that, and I'm providing comedic relief here.
Comedic gold, yeah.
So
That's
I'll get back
my
to you,
pure.
Andy. I will answer your question. I want to note, Luke, I told Dredd about this. The reason that I give California such a hard time is because I'm from there. Part of that's in my soul, and I expect them to do better, and they don't. It's a part of what frustrates me about Kabam. I expect Kabam to do better, and they don't, and it upsets me. And so I had to chill out and bury their expectations in the ground, which is now why when I get posts that should make me happy, they move me from having expectations buried in the ground to having a faint flicker of hope that maybe I should raise my expectations, but warily reminding myself that I probably shouldn't because it's Kabam. That's it. Now I'm done. Okay, Andy, to your question. Classing people as whales. I think that right now, if you have like 50 rank 3s, you could be a whale. That's probably the current whale marker. 50 or more.
That means I'm not a whale.
You're probably not a whale,
50.
McGee.
I think I've fallen off. I'm gonna go count real quick.
All right,
I
Afo.
have
see
32
what you
rank
got going
3s.
on. Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm not a whale anymore. I'm free.
Never raise your expectations. That's the recipe for disappointment. Exactly. I'm trying not to. California people bought all the middle housing sight unseen. Sold to California, Oregon people. Never saw property in person with cash. I've seen it, Frodo. I've seen it. Go through life with zero expectations of anybody. I can't do that, Half. I can't do that. That's not a loving way to treat people you love. My opinion. Gotta put some expectations on them, man. It's how people grow. You gotta push them. I need to be pushed. You have 14. You're definitely not a whale, Andy. My free-to-play account has about 14 or 15 right now. So
No question, mate. How it doing?
it is. You don't have to stop loving them by having no expectations. And I'm not saying that I stopped loving them. I'm saying that putting expectations on people is loving to some extent. That's what I'm saying. How are we doing, AFO?
I think we're about to be good to go. I don't know what it looks like, so let's just see.
Push me. Push me, bro. Push me. How we like the new Daredevil series? I love the title, Born Again. I haven't watched it yet, though. I'll have to
I have to get through the through the original Netflix first before I watch that.
The expectations are only for your benefit. They exist in your mind, not theirs. See, I'm more with Nugget.
Okay, I think we are
Like,
live.
we need to apply people to standards. So now, of course, in that relationship, you can't put expectations on someone that they don't agree with. That said, there are basic expectations that I think we could place on the majority of humans that should exist. Like things that tie to love, trust, respect, and communication. I think we should have some expectations about people trying to do those things well. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's my opinion. When you watch it, let you know. I will. Yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, we're just buying time now. We're just waiting for Alpha.
I mean, I'm wondering if you're able to see it live. I just don't know if you're able to see it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
in there right
still-
now.
It still all has that weird shimmer. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, he's working on his gameplay. He's working on his stuffs and things. Well, let's go hit up AFO. Go show this man some love. Good friend of the channel, good friend of mine. Let's hit him with a truth raid. Let's say hi to him.
Good friend of mine too.
A friend of Nitro's also, who's a friend of all of ours. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't react when they don't meet those standards. Yeah, I agree with that, Half. I agree with that. I don't do that. Depends on life and what you've been through. I agree with that too, right? We all have different levels of stuffs and things, but there is common human decency. It should be something that comes at a standard and it is an expectation. But that is for another day. I've yapped enough today. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for listening to me and the chat here. Yap, yap, yap. We appreciate AFO, Ack, Ham, McGee, Dread was in earlier, J Will was in earlier, Yusafa was in earlier. Who else was in? Who am I missing?
Captain Judah was a no-show.
Nitro.
And Captain Judah wasn't here. So let's go
Nitro.
Find him. Eat him up.
Nitro.
Find him.
Nitro's here. Yapping.
Who?
Yeah.
Love you all. Let's go say hi to AFO. Until next time, peace.
Hi, Afo.